time for the greatest little internet radio show, Blow the Whistle. Always live on SportsTownChicago.com and on Twitch at SportsTownShy. Tyler, Butterball, Beautyball.
I knew this kid was going to be a complete mess, like a youth mess. Not mess. See, I think he needs to go to Allstate because when you're covered by mayhem, you'll be better protected.
Andrew, Pepe, Valentin.
How can you say that high school's sports is not about business when the IMG Academy, who is supposed to be a legitimate high school, goes for $1.25 billion? Game time.
David, Double D Dykstra.
Hope and pray to God that Jordan Love twists his ankle so bad that you get to see this godforsaken mess that is Sean Mother Truck and Clifford.
Nick, No Gimmicks Johnston.
I'm sorry, but I can't. I mean, Josh Allen had the same stat line as Lamar Jackson. You're not getting him any fuss. He literally has one less touchdown than Lamar Jackson, and you're not saying anything.
Tyler Beautyball, Andrew Valentin, David Dykstra, and Nick Johnson. Your greatest little internet radio show everywhere you go.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, here to Blow the Whistle. Here on SportsTownChicago.com. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back on this magical Monday. I hope you're all having a wonderful, wonderful time.
I'm looking at the waveform and being thoroughly perplexed.
What, did I break it?
No, when he did and it was so lower than his normal voice.
How low do you have it on the pod?
Come here. Come here and look real
This is how we're
quick.
starting the show.
Yeah, you and I are the only ones that are going to get
I've
this.
broken an audio wonderment.
No, look. Like it goes. It's just weird.
You're riding the levels. Good job, buddy.
All right. That's why we're professionals, folks.
We do what we do.
We do what we do, absolutely.
He just wanted to show me how proud I was.
Well, I'm proud of myself too now. But yes, everybody, again, Blow the Whistle here on SportsTownChicago.com. I am Andrew Pepe Valentin. I'm here with
Tyler Butterball Beautyball.
David Double D Dykstra.
Unfortunately, no gimmicks. Nick Johnson cannot join us. He's hard at work.
Empty chair.
Yes, unfortunately, but hopefully he'll be back. We'll see. Wednesday. He may still be pretty busy, but yes, ladies and gentlemen, obviously we have a lot to talk about. Some good, some bad, some downright ugly.
I don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk about that either.
No.
But
Oh yeah.
yeah, we're bad right now. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, obviously, if you want to listen to us anymore, of course, we are on the Twitch and on the YouTube side. That is twitch.tv/SportsTownShy and youtube.com/SportsTownShy. If you want to follow us, like us, give them some love, subscribe, be a part of the Sportstown Chicago. That is this wonderful group, and see us along with other great shows on here as well. You guys can also as well follow us too at Blow T Whistle 1 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And if you guys want to hit us up with any questions too, we're at blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com too. We love taking your questions and comments. Also, I still have a bunch still sitting on the XB Sports official one as well. So if you guys want to send them there too, by all means, at some point we'll pull them up. We'll get some questions answered for you guys as well on that too. And of course, all podcast platforms.
See what happens when you forget about me? See what happens?
David wins, I guess, technically.
They forget about David. They forget about their bills. That's how it happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, forgetful.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot. We got Bears, we've got NFL, we've got college football, all the good and galore. And of course, we got off the rails and so much more. Boys, are you ready to do this?
Let's do it, baby.
Let's go.
Let's get into it. We're going to kick this one off with, we got to talk about them. The Chicago Bears, they were home. They were playing a game there against the Green Bay Packers. And unfortunately, didn't really fall their way. Didn't really go exactly as planned, I guess one would say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not laughing at you, Tyler.
No,
It's okay.
I mean, you have to laugh. Bears are gonna Bears. Bears are gonna Bears.
Say leave it to Chicago to find a way. 20-19 final score. Obviously, not the way that one would want to see it end with a blocked kick at the very end of that one. So
I was telling everyone this hurt more because I expected a full blowout loss. Bears had no chance. There was a new offensive coordinator calling plays, and they're coming off 3 awful weeks. And now this one hurt more because I'm like, oh my God, they could actually win this game. And then all of my hopes and dreams got blocked.
Let's just start by saying, hey, look, Caleb Williams can run the ball.
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
I was
and he
gonna
can throw the ball too.
Look at that.
Yeah.
That's what I love seeing. Like, so the thing that I gotta be happy about with this game
Yeah,
is
there are a lot of great things to take out of this
Absolutely.
game.
Caleb
Yes.
looked like he got his confidence back. He started to play freely, like we all knew he was in college. He
Mhm.
wasn't like constricted. And I like seeing more of him using his legs. And a lot of the option plays where he actually took the ball and ran, because they ran a lot of option throughout the season, but it was pretty predictable that they were handing it off to Roshan or DeAndre Swift. But
Right.
seeing him take off and gain about 8 to 10 yards, like that's what we wanted to see. Like, he doesn't have to be Justin Fields running 90 yards down the field. I don't want to care to see all that. He doesn't have the speed like Justin, but he's quick. He's shifty. He can use his legs. He can throw the ball. Why is it taking week 11 to realize this? And your passing game coordinator is the one that figured it out. That's what I'm ticked off about.
That's
Well,
a very good question.
It begs the question. The
Yeah.
big question is, was Shane Waldron trying to make Caleb Williams pure back passing quarterback?
It appears to be.
Explain to me why your number one wide receiver, you had plays to get him the ball 6 times in the first half when we probably saw it in the last 3 weeks.
Been a low for him all year long.
There was a noticeable difference in the energy and the tempo of this offense. And I'm not just talking about the hurry up, which you didn't see a lot of on Sunday.
A little bit,
A
but
little
not
bit
a
here
whole
and
lot.
there, but not a lot. But the tempo in which they were getting in and out of the huddle
Mm-hmm.
was more concise, more, and I don't know if it's because maybe he dumbed it down a little bit for him. Not to say Caleb's a dumb quarterback. I'm not
No,
saying
just
that.
simpling it.
You're simplifying the
Yeah.
offense
To make it easier for a rookie
yes.
quarterback.
He was getting the ball out of his hands in less than 2 seconds, which is not
a
what
little
we've seen.
over 2 seconds. It was like
on average,
2.19.
Yeah.
Well, he's not needing to hold on to the ball as much anymore because the blocking wasn't perfect per se, but there was better blocking schemes. It looked like guys were actually set in their positions. He was able to get there, deliver the ball, which is something that, I talked about a while back, but like dropping back, getting the rhythm, getting in touch and tune with your receivers. It looks like in this game, they worked on that.
The timing,
Like 1, 2, 3, drop back, go.
Yes.
Throw the ball.
the timing with the routes and the dropbacks were more in sync than what we've seen in the previous weeks, because I was looking over some film from previous weeks and they were just, I think it was Dan Orlovsky and also, I can't think of his name, Baldinger. And they're pointing out how the timing is just makes no sense, where Caleb's already dropped back and ready to sling it, but the receiver didn't break on his route. And so it's like that timing is just not going to work out.
Yeah, he's throwing it way too early, or he's underthrowing it to them where they've already broken into their route, and now it's like, but you're throwing to the wrong spot.
So simplifying it by getting that timing that they seem like they got in the right direction. And let alone, I just love seeing the energy out of Thomas Brown than you've seen from any coach on that
Somebody
staff.
has to.
Like seeing him of going, let's bleep and go on a scoring drive. Like that was, they need that energy.
You're not getting it from the head coach. So
Not
somebody.
Waldron shaking his damn hand like, is this going to be right? I don't know. It's like, come on.
I will say this. That defense is a different thing without Jaquan Brisker.
Yeah.
Well, they don't have their safety net back there. That's an issue.
That's what's been killing them.
That's a huge issue. And honestly, I mean, we kind of talked about this like a couple weeks ago. Like, you got to start thinking about concerns about his future in the
Long-term.
league.
I'm not going to lie.
Because we're on concussion 3 or 4 now. Like,
He got the concussion after, well, not only that, but he's been on protocol since London.
Since
Well,
October.
they put him on IR, so he's out for another 3 games.
Well, and that's probably the smart move. Like put him on IR and probably keep him out for the year.
I think they're trying to do a Tua thing with him. Okay,
Yeah.
this is like your third concussion in 3 years. Yeah, they haven't been that
Right.
horrible like Tua's, but let's let your brain really heal as much as it can before we put you back out on that.
Absolutely.
We have a quick comment on our YouTube from Mike Ovana. Correct. Apologize if I say it wrong. Flus, not a man's man that can lead men. He's too worried about his job that he should lost last week after New England game. This becoming a clown show. Time for a change already.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt.
This is. I mean, this is a moment where this is the defining moment.
Upper management people and going, this was you guys giving me a list, and I took what I thought was the best of the list that you gave me.
Mm-hmm.
It is time for you to let me run this thing. I will live and die by this next coach that I hire.
Yeah.
If it hits,
oh yeah,
we're gravy.
Right.
If it doesn't, I'll leave happily saying I gave it my best.
Right.
Yeah. No, and absolutely 100% I agree on that. It's just he needs to get there and hit Kevin Warren. I know his focus has been the stadium, but he's got to go to the McCaskies or who's ever telling him this. Like, look, the stadium stuff we'll get it done. But I'm the president of football operations. I'm supposed to be working with Ryan Poles to get this thing accomplished. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I need to be in the discussion on who's the coach. How do we make this fit? What players should we be looking at? He should be in that conversation. The GM has the final say, but Warren is a guy who knows football. He should be a part of those conversations, not just, let me go figure out how we're going to get this next place built.
Well,
that'll come. That will happen at some point.
And I will say this much. I thoroughly believe that your top 2 guys should be. And wait, before I start that, anybody out there that's going, they might rehire, wouldn't it be a Chicago Bears thing if they just rehire Matt Nagy? Stop.
They're not gonna bring him back.
No.
Just stop. It's stupid. You know why Matt Nagy looks like a genius as an offensive coordinator? I don't know. He probably has top 5 greatest quarterback of all time, and he's only in his 10th year.
You also have arguably one of the greatest offensive minds, maybe of this generation in the last 30 years.
Yeah,
come on, like he's supported by quite a bit.
So just stop. Your number 1 and number 2, in my eyes, obviously Ben Johnson.
Yeah. He's going to be the hot man on the list for everybody.
He wanted this job last season.
Yeah.
So, and then the other one should be the offensive coordinator from Houston.
Slowick. Because, I mean, you see what he's done. And from what I understand, he and Stroud always talk. They're always communicating. They're always having conversations about how to better the offense.
Has Stroud taken a step back? Of course, because
everybody's taking a step back this year.
Well, not just that, but
I mean,
you really expect him to put up the numbers that he put up last year? That was insane. Just astronomically never been seen before by a rookie quarterback kind of thing.
Asking a lot right there.
I want to pose this question to you guys because I'm seeing it all over Twitter.
Please.
Obviously, the big name that was floating around for next head coach for last season, if they weren't going to keep Eberflus, was Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh now has a 7-2 record with the Chargers. And they never even bothered giving Harbaugh an interview.
Hold on.
7-3. 7-3. Give them their other loss.
Okay. Should we be concerned? Not concerned, but do we regret the fact that we all thought, no, that'd be so stupid for the Bears to even consider Jim Harbaugh? Or is it stupid that the Bears didn't even consider an interview for him because of his success that he's got with LA right now?
I will say, from my perspective, right now it's his first year, right? And We've seen this where guys get first year. Look, Matt Nagy had it right. He had the first year, and everything went hunky dory. Right, everything looked really good on that spot. Coach of the year, all that good stuff. Problem is that we have to see more of Jim Harbaugh with the Chargers.
Well, it
Help
doesn't
turn that team around.
It doesn't hurt that he has a very elite defense.
Yes, and a very talented quarterback and a running back whose injuries have now subsided himself, and he's back to his normal ways. So
because he's not getting his
bell rung
head kicked in every
and his knee and his Achilles and everything. I mean, it says a lot that they did not even come close to interviewing him, though. That is something that I think they should have at least done their due diligence on, is bring him in, talk to him, have a conversation. Even if you don't think he's the top candidate, talk to him.
Do you think this come down to McCaskey's because Harbaugh is going to want more control? And I think we've talked about this before, is that McCaskey's seem like they don't want people that want to take control over a team. It's going to be, you're my puppet,
right?
And I'm going to tell you what to do and how to run this team. Even though it's been a disaster.
I know, listen, well, and look, and that was something that we definitely talked about. And that was the problem with the 49ers. He wanted more control with the draft picks, and he wanted more control with the free agent signings. And the Niners said, no, we're not going to do that. There's an order in here. That's how we've always done things, and that's how we're going to do things. Then he's like, okay, well, then we're done here. I'm out.
Once again, I will freely say this. It is a different era.
Yes.
Yes, is Jim Harbaugh doing well now? 100%.
Right.
But look at that division as well. Look at how many big time teams have they played so far and actually won? I would consider Cincinnati probably maybe their best win so far this season.
That was an impressive show for them, for sure. That's a win. I mean, we're jumping ahead a lot on it, but like, that's a win that you go, okay, they have serious playoff opportunity in front of them. This is a team that could.
They might be a thing.
Yeah, they could make a run if they get a chance. They could make a run.
But that being said, to me, this is your mindset has to go to today's NFL.
Right.
And I don't know if Harbaugh's that dude anymore. You look at his track record speaks for itself. You won a national title at Michigan.
Right.
Awesome. Good job.
But it's still old school.
It was old school,
Right, yeah.
Big Ten, 1992 football.
Yeah.
And back to Ben Johnson real quick. Sorry. Where you can see how he's completely the new school. They have scored 40 plus points in the last 2 weeks, and it's not even all coming from the quarterback. He's finding ways to score. The Bears have weapons here where, I don't think Caleb's going to be just a quarterback that's just going to do, just come in, do the job, and blah, blah, blah. I think he can do great things. But that's where the league is heading. And clearly Eberflus doesn't have that kind of magic.
Ben Johnson is, I don't even know if you can say he's new school. He's just a different school because he's bringing in like that perfect. It's kind of Matt LaFleur kind of style where it's a perfect balance between passing and running the ball, right? And then getting innovative and cute, if you will, at times when you need to throw off the defense.
And the great thing is you have the Thunder and Lightning in Chicago right now. You really truly do.
They just showed it
with Roschon and with Swift.
And you have a quarterback that can take off too if need be. Like,
who knew Braxton Jones could get downfield and absolutely just destroy somebody?
Way to run, buddy. We ain't seen that in a long time.
Funny you guys brought that up because earlier I was going to ask you guys a question. I wanted to see if you guys were going to answer this. Is like, what was the best play that came out of the Bears offense?
I
was wondering if you guys are going to answer that too.
That's what we've wanted to see from him for like the longest time.
The sound of those pads.
Yeah.
Hitting.
That's the physicality that this team's been missing for the longest time, and what put them in position. Perfectly.
Just annihilated that poor DB.
Screw him. He was talking smack earlier. He got put on his ass, and that was great.
Poor Jair. Poor Jair.
What's going on with Jair?
He's hurt, man. He's got to make some business decisions, as Dion would say.
Business.
Unfortunate for the Bears, but the offense looked good. Defense still holding up. Hopefully the weeks can continue. But folks, when we get back to it. More of the NFL. Some of us for the pain.
Oh,
Others have to suffer pain
Bo
and
Nix
dignities.
beat the crap out of me.
This is your home for sports. SportsTownChicago.com.
Joe's Hot Dogs has been around since 1953, but I promise it's not old news. You don't have to like hot dogs to like Joe's on Plainfield Road in Joliet. Italian beef, hot dogs, shakes, and sides. My family's had a relationship with Joe's Hot Dogs for 3 generations. Golden fries with a tad bit of salt and the perfect amount of crunch come in a bag as big as your hand. And that's just small. For more on the menu, visit joeshotdogsjoliet.com, bringing that classic Chicago flavor to the suburbs. That's Joe's Hot Dogs across from CVS on Plainfield Road in Joliet.
At the football game, Jim shows the telltale signs of being wasted. He starts flexing for the camera. He refers to his muscles as gunboats. He screams, "How's this for a halftime show?" Jim streaks the field.
It's easy to tell if you've had way too many to drive. But what if you've had just one too many to drive? Never underestimate just a few. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, the Ad Council, and this station.
There are everyday actions to help prevent the spread of respiratory diseases. Wash your hands. Avoid close contact with people who are sick. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Stay home when you are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects. For more information, visit cdc.gov/COVID-19. This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and Windy City News Radio.
The Illinois Center for Broadcasting is now the Illinois Media School. We've been an institution in the Chicagoland area now for 30 years. Because the broadcasting world is always changing, so are we. Not only are we teaching radio and television production, but now you can learn all aspects of the media industry, like web design. You can even specialize in TV or film, sports broadcasting, and even sales. No matter where you are in the Chicagoland area, we have a campus near you. The Illinois Media School. Be on TV, be on radio, beonair.com.
Maybe that was money. Tell me that wasn't money.
Yo, check us out. We are the go-to guys. I'm your boy Space.
I'm your boy MC.
Check us out every Thursday
from 4 to 5 p.m.
We spitting all facts, all sports, all day.
Yes, sir. Who else you gonna go to in the club?
Lillard, long range three. And it's good!
Keeping you up to date with all the latest sports news.
We are
the go-to guys.
Where else you gonna get all your sports news from?
You know,
SportsTownChicago.com.
Anything at all.
I saw the.
You're so petty.
What's wrong, Tyler? What's wrong?
No.
I knew he was going to do that too. I knew you were going to do that.
No, I was just shaking my head at him.
You gave him a judgmental look, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to show him now."
Oh, who's a good girl? I am.
I was halfway expecting you to crank headphones at the same time.
Unfortunately, I can't because they're my headphones.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. I will say that was funny muting mine, but it was even funnier when you muted his when I went to go talk.
I knew he was going to do that. Like, I'm a little bit tired. He's going to hit the mute button. Sure enough, that was
okay. Honestly, it makes my podcasting easier.
Exactly. We're just helping you out, buddy. That's all it is. Welcome back, everybody, here to Blow the Whistle here at SportsTownChicago.com. Having a little bit of fun here, ladies and gents, as we do. I hope you guys are enjoying this. We just got done talking about the Bears and their unfortunate loss, but they were not the only ones, unfortunately, to lose. Everybody in this room, unfortunately, goes away frowning. And myself, I'm included in that as,
hell of a game, though.
Hell of a game. The Bengals, so close, so very, very close.
It was a great game, though. I mean,
it was
they
a
were
great
down
game.
27-6 at one point.
That's the disappointing part. It's great game after great game after great game.
It's going to be one of those years. Well, what did you say at the beginning of the season? Your worry was the defense.
My worry was the defense, especially the DBs, and sure enough, they have hurt this team immensely. Not having Dax Hill, not having the safety situation solved, because Stone and I like Battle. Don't get me wrong, Jordan Battle, their rookie they got from Bama. Those guys can hit, but you don't need to hit. You need turnovers.
You miss Apple, don't you?
Yes. At this point, almost yes.
Never thought I'd hear that from
I miss Jesse Bates. I know. Yes, I know. Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
I miss Chidobe Awuzie too. I miss those dudes. So
how did that go?
Chidobe Awuzie.
Oh my God.
God bless you.
He was the cornerback that was on that Super Bowl team.
No, I know.
Apple. So
you said that so flawlessly.
Listen,
it's ingrained in his brain.
Yes, because he was the only guy making plays against wide receivers that year, because the other guy was Eli Apple, and I hated saying that name because it always came with and Eli Apple once again. Look, this team, such a great offense, man, such a great quarterback and a great receiver.
Well, and they're missing T. Higgins.
Well, no, he was back.
He played.
He led the team in receiving yards and he scored a touchdown.
But for the past 3 weeks, they have been missing it. So I mean, for them to be doing what they were doing, it was pretty awesome.
Just want to share some love that we're receiving from Mike Avona. I think he's a new time listener, listening from YouTube on Sports Town Chicago. Listening to you guys brings me back to tailgating in the 80s and 90s, talking Bears football, being from New York. Miss those days in Chi-Town, Bear Down. I love it. I appreciate it.
Understand. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks
Appreciate
for
What
listening.
part of New York are you from, man? He's an East Coast brother. Army
can't-
dropped their unis. I had to check that out.
We have to check that out then.
To me,
Please be skull and
this
crossbones.
is going to be one of those years that is going to be extremely frustrating for you because
It already
they're
has
gonna,
been,
They're
but
gonna no because
more so.
I'm saying now
Yeah.
more so now than the beginning of the season because now they're going to be in every game
Oh yeah, no.
and it's you're going to sit there, except for one team and we'll get to that.
We will see.
We'll get to that team here in a second.
We will see. But listen. The heartache is that you have a MVP caliber performance coming from Joe Burrow, arguably 1-2 coming from Jamar Chase. The guy's probably going to win the Triple Crown as the wide receiver, and they're going to probably miss the playoffs. Like that's the disappointing part.
And he still hasn't gotten paid.
And that's the other thing. You still haven't paid him. Like you haven't paid either receiver. You haven't figured that deal out yet. Which again, I credit to the owner, Mike Brown, for being cheap, for wanting to be we'll get the deal done late. No. Get it done now before it's too late. Before these guys go, I'm walking. Because both of them might be like, well, look, we had great year. Guess what? We could get on the things
to play with his friend.
Good night,
his bestie.
Go, Joe. Go with him. Go Vikings. That's what I would say. If Burrow and Chase go to Minnesota, the LSU Vikings are there. Go Vikings. Minnesota Vikings. Tigers. I'm unbelievable. It's just painful because I mean you can see with Trey Hendrickson, like the dude's leading the league in sacks. He's had a great year, and yet he's so frustrated. Like the whole sitting on the sideline thing, you can just see it.
So do we kind of know where they're going to be targeting in the draft this year?
Well, the problem is you drafted a defensive end that has not blossomed yet. Yeah, I'm hoping he still can, but at this point, you have to, I think, go find the best safety, find the best DBs. I would say, like, I don't know where else you look to, because you're good at linebacker. Or
are you kidding me?
But
Tommy
Cutlets?
He's back?
Yes!
Yeah, he's back. That's what I said.
Yeah.
How are you going to fade the Giants with that? Let's go! Let's go!
It's New York's version of Tyson Bagent, honestly.
It really, truly
Speaking of New York,
well, by the way, speaking of which, poor Drew Lock, who just gets passed over. He's the number 2 quarterback on that team, and they go, nah, we're going to go with DeVito.
But
Drew Lock's going,
I know.
what the hell?
Bro!
Why did I come here?
Was it a 1-year deal? I think it was a 1 year.
I think so. So He's back on the market, folks.
I wouldn't mind Drew Lock as a back. But anyway,
yeah.
Hey, at least you didn't get.
They know who to target on that. It's going to be Judon because they don't have anybody
EK
else.
Should be something's. EK's not getting it. I guess
He's behind a step or two at this point.
Yeah, he should be that dude that should be flourishing because they have Judon now.
You would think, but he just watching him just looks off.
Hey, I just don't think he's getting the professionalism of it.
Yeah.
Well, I did this in college, so I should be able to. No, you got to take it to that next level.
I mean, you would think, though, with a guy like Raheem Morris, who's supposed to be this good schemer of defenses.
And it may come to that, the fact of this is the first year in the defense, and he might be a little lost as well.
Could be.
I noticed,
it's a brand new team.
I do notice that EK has been getting moved around on that defensive line a lot.
That's what Morris does, though. Like, he did it with Donald. He did it with all those other guys, Ernest Jones. He shifts dudes around because he's like, well, we can get a matchup somewhere. And it's like, yeah, I guess can be thrown in that mix too.
Well, here's the thing about the Atlanta game. I knew it was going to be a tough game.
I didn't think it was going to be like that.
Offensively, it was going to be a tough game. That nobody's talking about this, but that Denver defense is a thing.
It is.
Oh yeah,
that Denver defense is really, really good.
Well, not only that,
and everybody in that division, Chiefs, Chargers, all of them, better sit up and recognize that it's not going to be an easy game when you go and play Denver.
Sean
Broncos.
Payton's gotten it figured out and working for Bo Nix, where you could say that
he's Drew Brees.
That's what
I'm
he
not
looks
going to
like.
go that far
without the long ball.
I wouldn't say. I mean,
his accuracy's ridiculous.
It's good. He's honestly making the
Sean
disclosure. he's making the offensive rookie debate kind of back up. There.
He's in the conversation.
He's in there.
He's in the
conversation.
He's in the back row going, pay attention. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
I mean, he's coming at the right time where he's going up while Jaden Daniels is still.
I mean, in fairness, too, Drew Brees' best days as an accurate quarterback were when he was with the Saints with Sean Payton.
Oh, 100%. I don't disagree.
Whatever's working for
That's what Sean Payton likes.
Right. And that's the thing. Whatever's working for the Broncos, I credit more right now to Sean Payton than I will Bo Nix. Now, not to say you need him to throw the ball, of course. And he's just considering that he's working with Lil Jordan Humphrey, Deshaun Vele, guys that nobody's ever heard of, I'm sure.
I love Lil Jordan.
They're
That's
playmakers.
Hilarious.
Yeah, I love it.
They're playmakers all across the board, and nobody's ever heard of these guys. The only one that you know is Cortland Sutton.
Right.
And that's it.
Literally it. That's all on that team right now.
But they're working, and it shows. And clearly something happened from the offseason till now where it's like, I got it. It's clicking. For Atlanta, this is the rough patch of going through the new head coaching thing.
Oh,
new quarterback, new offense, all of it.
What did I say? 9-8, 8-9?
Something like that.
So yeah, we're around there.
Yeah, you even said
they're
like
still in the lead for the division.
Their start in the season. You said you weren't even expecting this at all.
No.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you could take some light out of it.
This is one of his more off games.
Bijan, the problem was they couldn't get Bijan going.
No, well, they were stuffing him at the line.
Yeah.
They knew who to key on. They said, take out Bijan. We got this.
And I'll be the first one to say this, and this is very hard for me to say. 2-3 years from now, they're going to be talking about Bijan like they're talking about Saquon right now.
It could be.
If they can't get him going soon.
He's been going.
No, I know, but I mean, like,
he's the engine.
If he's getting held back, yeah, that's.
I mean, that's where you start saying, okay, how much is Atlanta willing to give him? Because other teams are going to raise their price up and say, well, do we trade for him? I mean, if
Bijan goes to Pittsburgh, it's a different thing.
Well, and speaking of Pittsburgh, because they're going to have some decisions to make themselves, they came up with maybe a quality win, shall we say?
Hey,
against the Ravens,
where more points works. It doesn't matter how you get them.
Yep,
Are you
that's
ready?
true. Please.
Hey, Grant Leader. Lamar can't do it in the big games, baby.
Yeah, Lamar, for those that don't know, under 50% for this game. First time ever this season. He's been under 50%.
When the lights are bright, he shrinks.
He did, however, bring the Ravens within position to possibly tie the game up.
And then what did he do on that 2-point conversion?
Well, he let that one he let that one slip away.
Just a little bit.
unfortunately.
Oh my God, Joey Porter Jr.
I want to know how
I
many.
thought you were
how many,
dead for a second.
how many fantasy points did Boswell get for this week?
6
His usual 29.
field goals.
6 field goals.
6 field goals.
Yeah, so 6 times 3. Do the math.
Oh yeah, that is 3
Now-
points for.
Yeah.
I
for
will
fantasy
say
points.
this: there are starting to be murmurs. Is this the 2002 Baltimore Ravens defense on the Pittsburgh side of things?
What you mean 20? What are you saying? 2022?
No, 2002.
Oh,
You mean 2000?
2002.
You mean 2000?
Is it? Was it
The
just straight
2000 Ravens? Yeah, where they were
2000.
shutting
Yeah,
people
yeah.
down, and it was like
is this the
Trent Dilfer led Ravens.
Yeah.
That's 2000. Yeah. You know what? I was thinking that the whole time I was watching that game. I was like, Russell Wilson doesn't need to do a lot because they just need to put up a couple of points, and they're getting to Lamar. They're disrupting him, and they've been doing this all year long where defense hunts, running backs just set up enough, and the quarterback does just enough to make sure they get a touchdown, if anything.
I don't know what Mike Tomlin is seeing on tape when it comes to Lamar, but he has the secret key, and he's not sharing with anybody.
No, he's got the secret formula, and he's not going to let it out of the vault.
He's one of the only, like, I would say, older school style type of head coaches where it's, load up the defense and just defense wins games. And it's like,
oh yeah,
it's the only one that's still working. And that's because it's Mike Tomlin. And
because he knows the game.
I will say this: give it another couple weeks, though. Soon as Mike Williams gets acclimated to what that offense is, this offense will start scoring some points.
Oh, yeah.
And they have been.
That's what I was going to say. They already have been. Once he gets acclimated, look, as long as they get 2 touchdowns on anybody at this point, it feels like the Steelers are going to win.
I mean, oddly enough, Wilson is undefeated as the starter.
That's and
never would have thunk.
That's the thing, is that he's Mr. Efficient.
You know who I almost felt bad for yesterday? Justin. That slide at the end of the game where he slid too early. I was like,
oh yeah.
No, Justin, no.
I mean, but at the same time, this kid's getting he has the teacher now.
Yeah.
Like he has the guy who's like, and that's the thing. Like
teach him about defenses and
because we talked about this before. You see those two slides. Russ sits down. Who's right next to him? Justin. Who's talking to him constantly? Justin. They are in communication the whole time.
Oh,
that's what he's needed. He's never had.
Absolutely.
Justin is the future of Pittsburgh. I will
and
not be shocked if they resign him.
That's what I'm now curious about is like, where does Pittsburgh go from here? Because if you win with Russell Wilson,
if you win a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson, you're re-signing Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
But if you go into the playoffs with him and win a playoff game with Russell Wilson, do you re-sign him, or do you give that money then to Justin and say, Russ, thanks for helping, but we're going to go with Justin as our future? Because Justin could command somewhere around
the Las Vegas Raiders.
Of course. Well, they're going to draft their quarterback, it sounds like.
What, Shedeur?
That's the aim, apparently. If it's not him, it's Jalen. That's the.
I like Jalen more than I like Shedeur.
That's the mocks.
Sorry.
That's the mocks, mind you. That's the mock drafts.
I saw a mock of Jalen going to Miami. I'm like, that would be good.
You got Miami.
You got to consider options.
You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
That wouldn't be a horrible place for Justin.
No.
Miami
would not be a horrible.
Mike McDaniel with him would be a nice.
Legitimate backup so that when Tua goes down with his 27th concussion.
Yeah. And one that can move too, because Tua tries to be Mr. Athlete, but he's not athletic enough to be able to move out of the pocket.
And you are scared to death when you see him take off and run because I'm like, don't get hurt.
Well, I mean, you're scared to death when you see he throws the interception and he goes for the tackle. Like my brain almost exploded watching that.
I think he's like halfway. I think he's half there.
Well, I mean,
in the game,
for Miami's sake, like you do have to consider taking a quarterback. Much like one team in their division that should have probably taken a quarterback, and that's called the New York Jets, who were experienced to apparently the Anthony Richardson return to Iowa points. Certainly,
I'll say if I'm a football team right now, I'm a little scared of Indianapolis, because if this benching did what I think it did, is a wake up call for Anthony Richardson.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, that kid's got all the talent in the world, and if he learns
that's
how to
what
throw,
he needed.
If he learns how to throw intermediate routes,
oh yeah,
everyone's in trouble.
Listen, he clearly something clicked, right? Maybe he got with Joe Flacco and sat down and was like, "Teach me," or maybe Shane Steichen was like, "We're going over everything. You're not leaving until you know this entire playbook." And he executed. He executed perfectly.
So you're saying I don't have to go for the deep ball all the time?
No, you don't.
I will say this. When it comes to the Jets, the worst thing that happened was that mid-season firing of Saleh. Because
absolutely.
That defense has just given up.
No, they don't care anymore. They all look like they don't care anymore.
Yeah. Well, I think they seem
I think
mad.
the offense cares.
Well, all but one.
Well, yeah.
How dare you say Aaron Rodgers doesn't care?
You can't sell me any harder on.
By the way,
not care.
Come on, he was the reason Saleh got fired.
We're gonna talk about this in the next segment because I have a question for both of you about Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
I found it very interesting about something he said very recently.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like only reason was because that and nobody obviously nobody saw that coming other than a handful of people. I'm pretty sure
Last year it was last year. Super chalky this year with my Super Bowl prediction. I went super chalky with my Super Bowl prediction.
Fair enough.
That's fair, but that's the thing is I never saw where this team was coming from to be win the division. I can kind of understand that, but to be in the AFC Championship, I didn't understand people picking that.
No,
let alone the Super Bowl. I didn't get that at all. There's just too much dysfunction here.
There's too many dogs in the AFC to go through, and even before the season, I didn't see
the fact that you picked an AFC team, knowing that Patrick Mahomes is in the AFC. I mean, why
are you following Brett Favre's career?
Minnesota, here we come.
Well, if it's looking the way it's looking now, I don't know if that's going to work out. He may get the second season of Brett Favre, not the first season where they went to the NFC Championship.
He'll somehow get O'Connell fired.
Oh my God! Dude. Kevin O'Connell might kill him.
Kevin O'Connell's like, no,
get back.
No, Aaron, no.
Two quarterbacks, former quarterback and a quarterback throwing footballs at each other. It's like a shootout. Folks, so much obviously for the NFL. I mean, a lot happened, and we could sit here all day and just talk about the madness that ensued. Of course, we got a whole bunch more, ladies and gentlemen, that we're going to be discussing. And that's coming up next here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Yes, we can.
Celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can. SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with a heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area that helps social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Do
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fine brothers play ball?
I heard that. Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
The quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
On the money, baby.
That was seamless.
Way to make my my job harder.
Tyler complains. That's when you know David's done a good job.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Well, I do it all morning, and I'm so tired by the time we get to this that like my synapses aren't firing as hard as they usually do.
It's understandable. But ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here. Blow the whistle here on Sports
That's what gets you, the fact that I go synapses.
Yeah, I almost had a stroke.
We're back here on SportsTownChicago.com. It's David Dykstra, Tyler Beautiball, Andrew Valentin here. Folks, if you want to, of course, follow us anymore, Blow 2 Whistle 1 on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Hit us up with any questions or comments at blow2whistleradio@gmail.com. Also, too, in the Twitch chat, as well as the YouTube side as well. That's at SportsTownChicago.com.
Chicago.
YouTube.com / Sportstown Shy and Twitch.tv / Sportstown Shy. Sorry, my Chicago came out of me.
Chicago.
And also, too, as well, I said the email, right?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah. I'm everywhere right now. We were just talking about the NFL. Just got done talking about Bears. We're going to continue our NFL talk, ladies and gents. Let's kind of, because we were already discussing this.
Let me just ask you,
please.
Okay. When have you, in the last, let's say 4 years, ever heard Aaron Rodgers go, yes, I'm coming back for the 2025 season or the next season?
It's a good point.
That dude knows who's coming in next year.
Yeah.
That dude knows exactly who's coming in next year, and he's all for it. It's either an offensive-minded dude or it's Bill Belichick.
I would probably say it's Bill.
You think it's Bill?
Well,
you think that Bill comes back to the Jets?
I think I know Bill Belichick didn't stay with the Jets because he had problems with Woody Johnson.
Yeah.
But I think at this point, why would you not explore that? Look at the defense they've got. One of them being a guy that you really like in CJ Mosley that he said is maybe the best linebacker in the league with maybe some of the best cornerbacks in the league. And you've got a quarterback in Aaron Rodgers that he's loved since his days in being in New England.
So here's my one thing. It's going to become a bidding war then.
Between
the New York Jets and the Dallas Cowboys.
Okay.
Because
Why would you?
But yeah, to me,
We have to keep the light inside.
It was very illuminating. Oh, really? Oh, okay.
They must have made some sort of promise, which is what they'd usually.
Woody was like,
"Oh yeah,
I'm getting someone for you."
Yes. Which again, though, I don't know if that's going to be enough to save him because he just doesn't look the same anymore.
No, he
looks like he slowed down.
He blew out his Achilles.
I know,
Then
but
why
still.
are you playing?
let's be very honest. Kirk Cousins was that dude, and that affects the way he plays. This could be very easily, and I don't want to put this kind of juju on any of us because no one wants to see Aaron Rodgers succeed, but
it's fair.
It could take a year for this to really still don't think he's comfortable planting on that hard.
No,
it doesn't look like that.
Well, and I think you need to get a guy in there that can bring in a different offense.
But like, how many more years can you keep trying this out? Because what is he, 40, 41?
41 years old, going to be 42. And the Jets have to ask themselves, okay, if he says he's coming back next year, are we sure he's going to be able to be the same guy? It's another year older.
Mm-hmm.
You got. I mean, that's the thing. This is where I said when we did our live draft at Dave & Buster's, just go check that out, by the way. I said, I think the Jets should consider taking a quarterback. Again, nothing against Fashanu because that's still a good pick. You need an offensive tackle.
Is Christian Hackenberg doing anything right now?
That's true. That's very true. But like, that's the thing is like you took an offensive tackle, but I'm sorry
Which
to
he
say
absolutely loves.
Yeah, but he's one. I'm sorry to say on the whatever it is, the Pro Football Focus he's bottom 5 right now amongst rookie offensive linemen in blocking. And then that could just be first year or whatever. Like,
well, he's playing
out of position.
Out of position.
Yeah. So, but still,
what?
It's our boy King B-Mac.
Yeah.
He's coming in on the Twitch stream. He goes, being a Bears fan is like being Bill Murray in the movie Groundhog's Day, except it isn't a single day we're reliving. Instead, it's the continuous cycle of suck.
I was honestly, I really will say
great.
this. I was shocked to find out that LaFleur is undefeated against the Bears.
Dude, he has.
I thought they had at least one on him, man. I was like, no.
I had to remind my buddy who's a Packers fan. He's like, I'm like, yeah, no, they haven't won since 2018. They're like, no, it hasn't been that long. I'm like, no,
it's been that long. It's been that long.
They had some close ones, but they've never won.
It's Aaron Rodgers. I mean, those early years.
Still own y'all.
That's 11 in a row.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
That's the beauty of having a great mind in a Matt LaFleur. You know, a guy who's been around the league, who's seen a lot of it.
Preferably to a coach that wastes 20 seconds that you could have gotten maybe 5-7 more yards.
Well, you know,
I'm just saying.
There's always that difference between a great coach and a good coach, right?
And these old school MFers, because
the old heads.
We started talking about this, and a certain someone, we won't mention any names, but his initials are DR, goes, or no, it was my executive producer. It was Bill. 46 yards. He made one earlier from 53. He knew he had. I'm like, that's not the point.
It's not.
You try to get as many yards as possible to make it easier for your guy. 46 to me, and yes, I know I'm an old school guy. 46 to me is still, even with these new age guys coming in here and killing the ball.
There was a loss of time management.
Yeah, I know.
It was horrible time management.
Well, that's been one of Eberflus's MOs for the longest
when
time.
Tom Brady and Andy, the play-by-play guy are going, what are they doing?
Yep.
I'm like,
I love that moment so much.
Oh my God.
King B-Mac sums up the cycle of suck. Hire GM, force coach on him, draft QB, let coach ruin QB while on hot seat, fire coach, hire new coach, force QB on him. If you guys saw,
can we screenshot that? Take a picture of it. Brilliant.
Have you guys seen the video of Kevin Fishbane on Chase Daniels' show?
Oh yeah,
he breaks back the history back when McGeorge got hired as chairman, and it's just the same cycle over and over, and it's going to be doing that again.
I mean, again, this comes down to you have a 100-year-old woman who has majority voting shares with her son, who's right there with
who
voting
doesn't
shares.
want anything to do with football.
Neither of them.
Yeah, I heard she's Logan Paul's next or Jake Paul's next opponent.
Next opponent,
yeah.
No, neither one of them want anything to do with
Bears
his
fans
team.
would be cheering for him to kill her.
I'm sure.
Is that too far?
Man,
easy.
Too far?
It's a 100-year-old woman now.
Yeah, that's elder abuse.
You've had a good life.
Though we've never seen her fight, so I don't know.
Let her die peacefully.
Hey, you got to watch those.
She's never going.
You got to watch those old ladies, man. They'll bring stuff out of their boot.
It's just, it's true. It's true. She never was the heir apparent to the team. It was the older son. And when he passed away, George gave it to Virginia. And I don't think she ever wanted the team. And then she gives it to her son to be the CEO chairman. He never wanted.
Oh, he's
the team.
selling as soon as she.
Well, that's what I have to believe. When she passes on, he gets all the voting shares. He's going to say, Kevin, get the deal done to get the stadium built. Because as soon as you break ground, I'm shopping this team.
From everything that I've heard, it's the minority owners that want to buy him out.
Yeah, the Ryan family.
Ryan
They get
family.
first dibs. That's their contract with the team because they're on the board. They have first dibs.
I wouldn't mind that.
Well, my only question is because they're on the board, they're clearly apparent to these situations that are going on.
But as minority board members,
they may not have a voice.
You can't. I don't.
Or they have a voice, but not
what are you
as
going
big
to
a
do? I
voice.
don't think that's the right call.
Right.
Get out.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
That sucks for you.
Yeah.
49%.
I guess one can only one. It's fair. I'm just saying one can only hope that they take over.
It's the
Things
Mr.
are
Deeds
different.
thing.
Yes, exactly.
It's the Mr. Deeds thing.
It's very true. It is.
Sucks for you. I've got 49%. I rule. You're out.
I'm curious on that as to how privy are the Ryan family to the decisions that are being made. You know, like that's the only thing that I'm wondering is are they against it? Are they with them? Like, what's the deal there?
They should buy it now because they're already building a new stadium for Northwestern. They might as well build a new stadium
I mean,
for the.
you're going to have to pay probably if they break ground on the new stadium for the Bears. That's probably $14.5 billion. You're going to have to pay.
Yeah,
maybe 15. So because Washington went for 10.5, so you're going to have to assume this
And
team
they
goes
play
for
at
more.
FedEx Field. Yikes!
Yeah, well, that's a problem.
When Jenks calls it a toilet bowl, you know it's bad.
Oh yeah. But other NFL teams,
we got
games
off
to talk about. Let's talk about this Lions team and the Jaguars situation too. Just the combination of the two, because
I can't wait to have this discussion with you, Andrew.
the Lions are the first NFL team to ever score on their first 7 possessions since the sun was up. Like I don't. First time ever for the Lions, mind you. They've never done this in the history of their team. Even the Barry
Shocker.
Sanders day, even the Bobby Lane days back in the 60s.
Listen, you can say anything that you want about the Detroit Lions. They have never, and I mean never, been this good.
No.
And all those people
Not
are
even
like,
the Scott Mitchell days.
what are you doing taking Jack Campbell and Jameer Gibbs in the first round? What are you
I question
Hello, nurse.
I question the hell out of it, and yet, look who's the best tackler on the team. Oh, look who's the fastest guy on the team. Interesting.
Yeah, but then they drafted Gibbs after signing Montgomery. I'm like, you just wanted to make a two-headed monster.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I love doing that in Madden.
Well, and
crazy you can do it in real life.
Credit to I believe it's Chris Spielman, who's the president for the team, former linebacker for the Lions, who's taken
bless you,
over.
Chris Spielman, one of my all-time favorite linebackers.
It's incredible what his football mind is
A little
like.
bit better than Matt Millen.
Sorry. Listen, the OSU guy versus Penn State. Who would have thought, right?
Hey,
one has, but one's got but the other guy's got 2 Super Bowl rings, though.
I'm just saying, man. Matt Millen's where he belongs, on the Big Ten Network, doing big games or some other game.
That's right. Not running the Lions into the ground for 0-16.
You poked a soft spot right there.
Well, I just had to a little bit.
Yeah.
No, I just didn't think. I didn't think that hurt him so bad.
I mean, how would it feel if I
look? I'm going to be tortured in the next hour. So okay.
How would it feel if I came up to you and Nebraska hadn't beaten Iowa in 2016 and I went, I'm going to lose again?
Actually might have.
But Lions obviously rolling. Meanwhile, the Jaguars.
Do you really want to bring this up?
Yeah, David has a scenario to bring up. Tyler's curious. I'm curious because I think we're going in the same route. But please, David, present us with the Jaguars scenario now that it sounds like Doug Peterson's job is firmly planted on a burning chair, engulfed in gasoline and in lighter fluid.
Who's the one coach that has been able to get anything out of Trevor Lawrence?
Shut up. I knew where his mind was going.
I'm just saying.
I knew where his mind was going. Well, it kind of.
You want to fix that kid because he looks bad.
Well, not just him. Who else is on that team that's from that school? their running back.
Oh yeah,
they got the duo.
Okay, damn, that makes too much
Same
sense.
draft too. So
Listen. I doubt it will happen because
it's such a hard swing from them.
Dabo believes in God, and he'd have to pray on it. And I don't know if Jacksonville's quite the place for a good Christian man.
Yeah,
like
well,
Dabo Sweet.
Money and religion seem to go hand in hand if you ask anybody. So
Ask Joel Olstein.
Ask any of those dudes.
Can't ask TD Jakes. He's in a lot of trouble right now.
That's good.
That being said, for me,
it sense. It does.
He hates NIL.
Yeah.
He hates the transfer portal.
Yep.
Why not just go, hey, we're going to get another GM? Because I'm sure the GM's freaking gone this year too.
They're not even communicating from what I hear. Peterson and them, they're not talking.
So GM's gone. Head coach is gone. Whole staff is probably going to be gone.
It's a clean sweep.
Gotta be.
Get yourself a GM and look at him and go, hey, reach out to Dabo, see what he would be if he'd be even
at
remotely,
least make the call.
Yeah, if he'd be remotely interested coming to Jacksonville and coaching his old kid.
Yeah,
his old quarterback.
Because otherwise, I mean, you're going to get some of the other names that are out there. You're going to probably try for the Ben Johnson, the Bobby Slowick. Honestly, at this point too, I would maybe throw Aaron Glenn, the DC.
Aaron Glenn might. I mean,
the Lions might be in the mix now too.
Dan Campbell's going to have some work to do in this offseason. I think they're both gone.
This is a similar situation that the Bucks were in like a few years back,
and the Eagles.
And the Eagles, yeah. So I mean,
where you're going to have a clean sweep maybe of your coordinators.
But once again,
Dan Campbell's
great hires for both.
Hello?
You see improvement with Indianapolis.
Mhm.
You're seeing unbelievable leaps and bounds from Arizona. So
it's listen. If it works, it works. That's the important thing. Like, and that's what Jacksonville has not been able to accomplish. It worked in the beginning.
I just had something really bad pop into my head.
Oh, God.
Like Kellen Moore going, God, this is what it's like to have a running back. This is great.
I like this.
What is this world I live in?
Ezekiel Elliott, who?
Rico Dottle, who? What's his name?
To me, yes, it would be worth a phone call to just say, hey,
yeah,
we know you love Clemson. We know all that.
College
but
has been your place.
But we also know the climate of college football is changing, and you don't like it very much.
Right. You're not happy. You sound like you're.
What would it take to get you down here to Jacksonville to see what you could do?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea. I mean, honestly, it could be a mutual departure from him and Clemson because he doesn't want to do this way. Clemson's like, we need to go this way or we're going to suck.
We need to find a coach who believes in NIL and in transfer portal and not Jesus.
Listen, if they don't start embracing transfer portal here soon, Clemson's going to find themselves back in the days of 8-4, 7-5, just barely the Taj Boyd days of just barely getting by.
Let's be
CJ Spiller.
Let's be very real when I say this. SMU is going to be a thing in the ACC.
Oh, it's them in Miami right now.
I'm not even talking about this year.
Yeah.
ACC or SMU paid to join the ACC. Paid to join the ACC. They have paid to play at every away game that they've played this year. Dallas, SMU has real old Dallas money going into it.
That's old oil money.
Oh, I mean, like really deep pockets.
Keep this in mind too, folks. SMU sweeping up all the 3 and the 4 stars that everybody's kind of like.
It's not going to happen.
Shaking off.
It's not going to happen anymore.
Well, listen, they've got kids that are starting to commit that are higher ranks, but they're taking all the Texas.
They went out and did this when it wasn't legal. Now that
keep that in mind.
Now that it's legal,
they're tossing bills around.
Oh yeah,
Jenks said it.
It's this,
and Jenks is from Texas, so like he goes, SMU's about to become something really dangerous.
Yeah, well, and that's the thing is that you've got 2 schools basically. Clemson's kind of out of it, I would say, even though they're still kind of in it, obviously. But for me, it's Miami, SMU. And they basically said, look, we're doing the state of Miami over here again. And SMU's like, we're doing the state of SMU again. Like they're just roping off their territories, dominating their areas yet again. It's like Ron Meyer and good at Howard Schnellenberger days are back, and it's looking good for both. But let's talk about the big game, shall we, gents?
Yes.
Oh, you mean the one that doesn't matter because it was a regular season game?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Rematch of the AFC Championship, one of the glorious games we've ever watched. Buffalo, Kansas City. It's in Buffalo, and the Bills come to play. And not just came to play.
No.
Came to dominate.
Josh Allen.
There
Came
you
to
go.
Josh Allen absolutely having an incredible game, 30-21 final
You saw it on
score.
that 4th and 2 game play.
Oh, yeah.
You saw it on what this game meant to Josh Allen on that 4th and 2 play.
Yes, absolutely.
I will say that call was ballsy because given
They don't get it.
Oh, Chiefs probably win.
Oh, the momentum shifts.
Yeah.
Immediately.
I loved the call because I was holding a touchdown, and oh my god, that was so good. I needed to see Kansas City get knocked down.
I mean, this is the best I think the Bills have looked in a long time. Maybe the best they've looked ever.
They didn't even have Keon Coleman.
Exactly. Yeah.
Surprising what happens when you get a cancer out of the locker room. Eh?
Well, he's just on the sideline.
Yeah, I'm looking at you, Stephon Diggs. What?
The removal of Stephon Diggs, the finally finding a capable offense to work with this.
Who knew James Cook was a better running back than his brother?
Yeah, came out of nowhere. I kept saying
he came from Georgia. He was really good there.
No. Well, no, I'm saying.
I mean, in terms of Buffalo,
in the pros,
yeah,
in the pros, he's been like, man, we kept talking about they need a new.
That's for some reason the last two years, or not last year, but 2 to 3 years before that, they're like Singletary's our guy.
Well, because they like that.
What are we doing?
Because they like to run that the draw plays and the off tackle plays from the shotgun.
He's got a little more twitch.
Yeah, he's faster and he could catch the ball and all that. And yet James Cook is arguably just as good, if not better, weapon.
The interesting, you guys are going to laugh at me probably when I say this, but I don't care. The interesting fact that I got out of yesterday's game, other than the great game that it was, their new stadium. They're building it north-south, not east-west.
Mm-hmm.
So the wind doesn't affect the game.
So they don't have 40+ mile an hour winds like they did against against New England in that game where it's like, we're throwing the ball or what? It's like, nah, just run the ball. Just run it. And Josh Allen's like, I want to throw the ball, and just whips it through the air. Yeah. But that's,
as you hear it whistle.
I mean, and that's smart too. And by the way, what are they doing it with? Private money. Hint, 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 Bears fans.
Hey.
Also Kansas City fans too, because Kansas City,
they're building a new one too. Yeah,
they've got their coming in, and again, it's private money. But this was, I mean, look, Kansas City was eventually going to get exposed, and this was the team that was probably, if not them, probably the Lions, or somebody was going to do it.
Yeah,
this is a good Kansas City team, and what makes it great is their coaching staff. Like, that's the best way I can put it. Like, they're not a great team. They're a good team.
Pacheco comes back next week.
They're a very good team. It gets them to be a better team.
Because now with Kareem Hunt, by the way, that two-headed monster.
That's because Mahomes and Kelsey digressing this season. Like, you need to get that run game going. That's
are they?
Well,
compared to
Kelsey's not been the same.
No, Kelsey's not been the
had the most catches of any tight end over the last 7 games.
Yeah. No,
so don't say he's regressing.
He's a little
he
bit.
can have bad games.
He's taking a step back, shall we say.
From
he's
where
not,
the ceiling is.
Maybe a half step slower.
Yeah. Well, and listen, you've got more.
He proposes Taylor Swift at the end of the Super Bowl on the 50-yard line.
No, it's going to be the Detroit Lions. I'm manifesting it.
One can only hope. One can only see. But, folks, obviously, that's going to do it for our NFL talk. Obviously, let us know what your thoughts were. We obviously couldn't get to all the games, but let us know any other games we didn't talk about. We want to hear from you guys, as always, on that stuff. That's Blow to Whistle on all the Instagram, Twitter. We got to talk about college football.
Yeah!
We got to talk about next here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
This is your home for sports.
Longtime fan. Sports is like life.
SportsTownChicago.com.
What's up, Chicago? If you're ever, and I mean ever, out looking for good urban food 24/7, come down to White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. White Palace Grill is open 365 days a year since 1939. I personally love the steak and egg dinner, but whether you like burgers for breakfast, steak for lunch, or French toast for dinner, White Palace is the place for you. The diner is a 24-hour urban oasis. Come now, come later. Hey, come now and later. We never close at White Palace Grill, located 1159 South Canal Street in Chicago. Visit us at whitepalace.com or order with Uber Eats or Grubhub anytime, any day.
Daddy, when you look at me, I could see your wheels turning. About what am I going to be when I grow up? A major league first baseman? Maybe a point guard for a national champion.
The odds of a child becoming a professional athlete are 1 in 16,000. Far-fetched? Maybe. But did you know the odds of a child being diagnosed with autism are 1 in 166? That's right, 1 in 166. To learn the signs of autism, go to autismspeaks.org. Brought to you by Autism Speaks and the Ad Council.
Go to Lux Barbershop for the best barbers and stylists in Plainfield, Illinois. I go there when I have an important event, date, or I just want to look good. The straight razor shave will have you looking fresh and smooth. Lux Barbershop is open 7 days a week. Go to Lux Barbershop for the finest barbers, stylists, braiders, and massage therapists in the southern suburbs. Check out all their daily deals on Facebook, Instagram, and luxbarbershop.com.
Hi, this is Joe Perry and Steven Tyler of Aerosmith for Red. You know, it's okay to rock and roll and party down. Just don't get in that 2,000-pound bullet when you're done and cocked. And please don't drink and drive. I'm the one that jaded you.
A reminder that friends don't let friends drive drunk. A public service message brought to you by the Ad Council, U.S. Department of Transportation, National Association of Broadcasters, and RAD.
High school sports is here, and SportsTownChicago.com. We are ready to provide the best high school sports live coverage all across Northern Illinois. From the first kickoff of high school football to the final spike of high school volleyball, we at SportsTownChicago.com are ready to bring you high school sports live. SportsTownChicago.com and STC Friday Night Lights in a league of our own.
This is your home for sports.
This is the best fans in the world.
No better team. SportsTownChicago.com.
Are you ready for this? Valley View Automotive has all of the hottest SUVs you've been looking for. Enjoy a test drive and the opportunity to drive one of these powerful vehicles off the lot for half the price. Yes, half the price. Now's the time to get yourself to Valley View by car, on foot, or even by air to take advantage of this outrageous sale. You better get here quickly, because this promotion is only going on for 24 hours, and the automobiles are leaving the lot faster than you can say four-wheel drive. Valley View Automotive, a dealership you can depend on.
Hey, I'm Andy Griggs, asking you to help prevent domestic violence. Domestic violence isn't a woman's issue. It hurts all of us. Women are injured and killed every day by their husbands and boyfriends. So it's time for men to take action right now to teach boys that violence against women is wrong, to help prevent abuse before it starts. Call the Family Violence Prevention Fund at 1-800-END-ABUSE to get a free Take Action kit containing tips on what to say to boys. That's 1-800-END-ABUSE. Teach early.
Indeed is the #1 job search user with over 250 million monthly users. Indeed's priority is to help everyone in the job searching process to find a job by uploading 10 new job opportunities every 10 seconds worldwide. With Indeed, you have free access to job searches, resume uploads, and company researches. There are over 10,000 employees at Indeed that pursue to help people find the job they are looking for. They connect with millions of people to new opportunities. Go to Indeed.com and sign up for free and create a resume and let Indeed do the rest to help you on your job search.
Hey, I'm Jesus Mauricio. Be sure to tune in every Friday to listen to Zeus Off the Bat, a baseball talk show from 1 to 2 p.m. where I'll be discussing and updating you on all things about baseball. News, predictions, reactions, and more about the Cubs, Sox, and everything across the league. Happens every Friday at 1 p.m. right here on SportsTownChicago.com. Don't forget to follow and share our Twitter and Instagram with your friends at Zeus Off the Bat. Zeus Off the Bat.
So
I just looked at the corner of my eye. I was like, "What just fell?"
What fell out of my hat was my toothpicks.
Brain cells.
Yeah, that's true. Welcome back, everybody. Here, Blow the Whistle. So here on Sportstown Chicago. Is
this the first time that we've all gone over?
Minute?
Yeah, I would think so.
It's been a minute. I would say at least a couple weeks, maybe a month.
Andrew and I went 0 for 2.
Yeah, we did. Because we're getting into college football, folks. That's right.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Good for you.
We might have played the worst team in college football, though.
Well,
not gonna lie.
Coming pretty close to it, that's for sure.
Jeez.
This week for college football, oh God, you talk about some crazy happening here. Upsets all over the place for some teams that really needed big wins. Some just going to it, cruising through, earning another W on their hats. Some of them getting a little bit scared. Some of them got a couple of scares. A little scared there. But obviously, we can start with my team if we want to. I want to rip the Band-Aid off as early as we can.
Let me go over mine real quick.
Please.
Just because it's very nonchalant.
Yes.
59-7. Penn State
Purdue
took out Purdue.
49-10. Yeah.
I'm more mad that they gave up the touchdown.
Honestly, I'd like to pitch the shutout.
Well, not the shutout per se, but just at least. But wow. Once again, Tyler Warren.
He's an athlete. He's good.
That defense for Purdue is bad.
Well, yeah.
Really. And that's why you brought that dude in from Illinois, was to shore up that Tyler Warren had a 36 or 26 yard touchdown run.
Yeah.
And completely out-angled the outside linebacker.
Yeah,
and outran him.
That was a bad look for them. And granted, Purdue's lost a lot of their defense from the draft because they were pretty good a couple of years ago, but still, this is a bad showing.
This is the worst they've been in a long time.
We discussed it. I'm not sure if he'll lose his job this season, but if there's another season like this, he's gone. This is only year 2
get another
of
job
his,
too. It's just
as a D coordinator,
defensive coordinator.
I wouldn't be surprised if what's his name brought him back to Illinois.
Maybe.
To be quite honest. To me, though, it's good to see Penn State hitting their stride.
Yeah, especially now.
In about the right time. It looks like Drew Aller. I heard big rumors that there were a lot of New York Giants scouts in the crowd at the Purdue game and in the press boxes checking out Aller. Not saying he'd be a first round pick if he left this year, although his numbers they comp out
still good,
and his NFL comp is what?
It's just Josh Allen by most people's account. And in fairness, the last Penn State quarterback that the Giants did have, they did go to a Super Bowl.
Kerry, I can't stop drinking Collins.
Unfortunately,
clean and sober now.
Yes.
Clean and sober now. Thank you, Kerry. You were back at Penn State for the 30th anniversary of their undefeated. Should have been co-national championship season.
I know. It was a good team. It was a good team.
It was a great team.
I
was in the stands when they beat Ohio State 83-6. That was amazing.
That was a bad year for them.
That was amazing. But for me, little worried about this week's game, but we'll talk about that probably on Wednesday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good way to get yourself energized for the upcoming weeks, because now's more than when it counts, where you have to keep that winning style going.
Well, and James Franklin, I don't think has ever come out and said this, and he kind of came out today or that Saturday and said, "Oh yeah, we're going to run it up. We need style points."
Yeah, absolutely.
No, this is a win that Penn State needed to been taken seriously, I would say. Despite Purdue being awful, But I mean, like, because of like early in the year, how it was close with Bowling Green, and then how people, that's why people, I forgot who it was that Joe brought it up to you that Penn State's not that good.
Feinbaum. Screw Feinbaum and his SEC bias.
Yeah, I know. But I mean,
that's right. Feinbaum, come after me. I dare you.
But this was a win that really showed that Purdue or Penn State is that team.
That defense is rock solid.
Yeah, they got a great defense.
And once again, couple plays go a different way in that Ohio State game.
Yeah.
Penn State wins. It was like 2 to 3 plays go a different way. And that game is Penn State's all the way.
Right.
So, I mean, you can sit here and say what you want, but they're in the upper echelon of college football this year, which is all you can ever ask.
Yeah. They're in the hunt. At this point, they're making the playoffs. So
they're going to have a home game for the college football playoff.
That's going to be.
Would you, as a team, probably in the number 10, number 11 slot, want to go to Happy Valley? It should be a night game.
I would hope so.
For another whiteout.
That would
Bring
mean.
it. Do you know who I want out of that whole list? You know who I want? I want Notre Dame. I want Notre Dame.
I mean, they're an interesting team, I gotta say.
Bring it.
They're hard to understand, if I'm being honest. I can't figure them out.
It's difficult, and yet it feels easy too, because they are really just a powerhouse team. Like, they're gonna thunder through everybody.
Right.
But at the same time, I don't.
Leonard's going to get hurt.
That's
if
the
he
thing.
keeps running like this.
Riley Leonard is a good enough quarterback for what they want to do, but you keep asking him to throw the ball as much as he does, and he's not good enough as a quarterback to get that job done. And then when he does take off and run,
get himself killed.
Like, look, dude, I'm sorry. Abdul Carter gets a hold of him, that guy possibly breaks. Like, that's to my estimation. I think he's the best defensive end in college football right now.
God,
that guy has.
I pray that he stays, but I know it's not going to happen.
When you're labeling him as the next Micah Parsons, it's hard. So I genuinely think that if Notre Dame goes up against Penn State, that's an issue. Like, that's a serious. Their offensive line is still relatively new. They're trying to get themselves on. That's the hard thing. So.
Yeah.
To me, let's rip the Band-Aid off, like you said. Here's the question that I wanted to ask you. LSU loses in the swamp to the Florida Gators.
You win, Scotty. You win.
Amazingly enough,
yeah.
A week after Florida comes out and says Napier's job is secure, he will be back next season.
Yeah.
My question to you is, where was the blitzing knowing that DJ Lagway had no mobility whatsoever?
I don't know. I really don't. Honestly,
I'd have been coming after him almost every down that wasn't a running down.
Oh, no. You should have been pressuring him the entire game. Somebody should have been after him. But
hitting him in that hammy?
This is maybe where losing a top linebacker like Harold Perkins, who was the captain of that defense, the best pressure guy you had on the team, when you lost him for the season to the ACL injury, that, I think, that was a defining moment for that defense. Not only to say that, yes, they're bad, of course, but losing him, I think that there goes your blitz guy. There goes your guy, small, yes, as a linebacker, but fast enough he can beat the tackle, quick enough and strong enough he can beat inside guys as well too. And you scheme him right, he can go free and just tattoo the quarterback. So I think not having him was a big part of what's lost on this defense. You don't have that inside presence that can attack. And it shows. It shows, because then all of a sudden quarterback can sit back there, feel fine, feel good, throw the ball all day. Like, who the hell is Elijah Badger? Don't know, don't care, never heard of him, never will. Right? You would have thought Wisconsin Badger, not Elijah Badger. So that's the thing. Is like this. I'm not angry. I'm not mad.
I'm disappointed.
I'm very, very disappointed. And look, Nussmeier, I said this before. My best comp for him is Zach Mettenberger.
That's not a
you're
great
talking
comp.
no, and you're talking about him like a first round pick, and I get it, but it's based off, I think, stats and look. And I don't think he's got that look that you want to take him in the first round.
Would you take Drew Aller over him?
Probably.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. I personally myself, I wouldn't take Drew Aller in the first round. I'd take him like in the
second or third.
Mid, late second, early third. Absolutely. If I need a quarterback, 100%. Garrett, I would put him fifth round, maybe fifth. Like we're
early
I'm
fifth.
dropping him out at this point.
Is he entering the draft after this year?
He's got no more eligibility. It's him and Carson Beck going in the fourth
they're
and
talking
fifth
now.
round.
They're talking now. Quinn Ewers is dropped to the mid second, early third.
His issue is only that his stats haven't been there, and he's been out because Arch has been playing for him with injury.
Yeah,
that's his only issue. Anybody who takes him is getting a legit quarterback. You just don't have to pay the first round pick price for him. Maybe you can get him in the second round. That's the only thing.
So who do you consider while we're talking?
Yeah.
Who? Shador, obviously.
It's Shador and Cam Ward.
Yeah, that's
top two quarterbacks. Shador and Cam Ward.
And my personal opinion, and this is just mine.
Yeah,
Shador's a bust.
That's fine. Yeah, no. And listen, there's a lot of people jumping on that train. I don't know if I wouldn't call him a bust. I think he can be good enough for the NFL. I don't know if he's going to be great. Like obviously, a lot of people want to project him. He's got the arm. I think he's got the athleticism, and I do think he has the smarts for it.
Where would you guys rank Dylan Gabriel there? Because he's entering.
I put Dylan
Late
in the
first, early second.
I'd put him in the second, early second, maybe mid second.
But as for like
Just
as
small,
far as QB rankings in this class,
Yeah.
probably third.
no, I'd probably put him maybe
Fourth
or fifth, maybe.
Okay.
I
I know he's been
put
in-
Ewers over him.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I put Milrow over him. I put Ward over him, and I put.
But
Shador
Milrow
over
may
him.
not be coming out.
That's right. Milrow may not be coming out. He may be staying another year because he wants to try and be the number one pick. Which good luck with that, because Arch Manning is, I mean, come on.
I don't think Arch is one and done.
No, I don't think so either.
I think Arch stays for 2 seasons.
Well, listen, you just did. You can be a god there in Texas. You win a
They'll
title.
give you the keys to Austin.
I was gonna say you will get the key to Austin. You'll be right there with
Listen,
Vince Young.
This is all managed by the Manning family. So if they tell him not to go,
right,
he's not going to go.
No,
he listens.
That's why
to
everybody was
Papa.
like, "Oh, he's going to enter the transfer."
Yeah.
No,
He listens to Gramps and he listens to the
brother,
To the
to the
brothers.
uncles,
Yeah,
and
uncles.
because the family wanted him to sit back
yeah,
and learn. Yeah,
they
Well,
wanted
yeah.
him to sit for a year. They wanted him to redshirt.
yeah.
Yeah,
which smart move for him. And look, Texas obviously squeezed out a close one there against
and they're
Arkansas.
getting nothing but richer with all these 5-star commits.
Oh yeah,
What happened? What happened on the West Coast, dude?
I mean,
you went into USC.
went into USC, new offensive coordinator and play caller. I mean, I saw a little bit of the same, but it was kind of this it was pretty much a mirror image of the adjustments from like on the Bears side and Nebraska side, where
Quick hits, get his
the ball out
confidence
quick.
up.
Yeah. And then so I saw a lot of that. Defense looked awful. I mean, the
Yeah.
secondary just looked lazy. I wasn't
What's
wasn't
happened to Tommy Hill?
Yeah, like that was that was the
disappeared.
piss. That is the thing that ticked me off the most was that it was he could have at least. I mean, they probably would have scored anyways, but he just let the guy walk right into the end zone.
Yeah.
There was a play that Raiola completely missed on who was it? Isaiah Nayor, wide open on the left.
Oh yeah,
where he tried to squeeze something in. It's like there's parts where I'm still seeing that he's not quite seeing all of the field yet, but he's probably seeing ghosts where because the offensive line in that Nebraska situation is terrible too.
Yeah,
but young.
Yeah, they're young. Well, they're a young team.
It's a young team.
It's a young team outside of the receivers, the two receivers, Naylor and Banks.
And they got a lot
They're
of
seniors.
Yeah. And they got a lot of young guys coming up, but
yeah.
It wasn't the prettiest game, but I mean, I was happy to see how the new offense looked. Glad that they got what's his name out of there because I mean he was atrocious. But yeah, now it's a deja vu from last year where they're scared of getting bowl eligible because there's like one win away, and it's the same situation they were last year.
Tyler, don't you mean deja vu?
Oh my god!
But I will say it didn't help them. It didn't help them when that god awful missed pass interference call was not called in the end zone.
Yeah,
I mean the guy, what's his name's jersey was getting held on before the ball was even thrown and
Oh,
still
yeah.
thrown. I was kind of upset that my tweet didn't get more recognition. I was like, Stevie Wonder would have called pass interference on that.
Get a hashtag Stevie.
I mean, he would have saw it.
I warned you too. Like, this was a new quarterback they were going up against. And,
No, yeah, I mean,
and this is a guy who's got a lot of legacy behind his name from what I was able to find.
So how fast is what's his name entering the transfer?
Miller Moss?
Yeah.
I'd leave now. I'm telling, look,
that kid took his job.
Mayava, listen, Jaden Mayava, I told these guys, brother was in the NFL, nephew to The Rock, grandson or great grandson or grandson, I can't remember, of one of the old school wrestlers from Hawaii, King Mayava, right? Like, genuinely one of the first of the Samoan wrestlers to come into the
Peter Mayava,
I believe so.
The Rock's dad,
not of The Rock's dad.
grandfather.
Not The Rock's dad. I think their grandfather.
Yeah,
So,
grandfather.
Yeah, that would
Peter
be their yes.
Mayava.
Yes, King Peter Mayava, as he's noted. But that's the thing. His legacy goes long. And
So you're saying
Von Miller Moss.
So you're saying if a quarterback doesn't work out, we got another member of the bloodline.
Yes.
That kid looked, for his first collegiate start, he looked so comfortable.
Yeah, I'm
and
telling
he was
you.
just slinging
They've
the ball.
been groomed, man.
Dude,
they've been groomed.
The legacy. That's the thing. The legacy when it comes to American Samoan players, from knowing a couple of them myself, football from age 5. You're knowing players.
Roman Reigns, the Ungaleles.
Ungaleles. Well, one of them.
One of them can play.
Yeah.
And Oregon better thank their lucky stars that he can, because without him this Saturday,
I would say Tagovailoa, but I don't know where Baby Tua is at.
Yeah.
He's not at Maryland, right?
Baby Tua might be in the CFL.
Baby Tua might be playing elsewhere. I don't remember where exactly. But speaking of, talk about close games, keeping it one tight to the chest. Oregon really, I think, kind of getting not exposed, I want to say, but showing a little bit of a hole in the armor, if you will,
Here's my
against
question.
Wisconsin.
Here's my
I think they're
question.
getting cocky.
I'm gonna homer a little bit.
Okay.
Oregon only wins by 3.
Yeah.
Penn State went in Madison and handily took care of Wisconsin.
Sure.
Does that mean Penn State's a better team than Oregon? I got to throw it out there.
Genuinely,
Look,
I would say myself, I would say no, because I think Oregon's offense is a little bit more dynamic. But having said that, too, this certainly opens the door for Penn State to go, okay, if we watch that tape, we scheme it right, we can trap Dylan Gabriel into some plays where he throws a pick, he throws an incomplete pass, they have to punt, and then all of a sudden we have control of the game.
Yeah.
Like, it's tough, though. It's
tough. I would say the top 3 teams in the Big Ten right now are all sorry. I just did a thing I swore I wouldn't do. The top 4 teams in the Big Ten this year.
Go.
I discounted Indiana. I freaking hate that I did that.
How dare you?
Are all kind of right there.
They're kind of on the same plane, I would say.
Where 1 or 2 plays in a game is going to determine. You
Yeah.
saw it in the Ohio State-Oregon game.
Right.
Yeah.
You saw it in the Ohio State-Penn State game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you're going to see it in the Ohio State-Indiana game this Saturday. Go Hoosiers.
We're going to get into that.
But I mean, so back to your point, like, it's kind of hard to just like base it off that. I would still say Oregon's better, because you can almost make the argument Nebraska scored more points against Ohio State in Columbus than Penn State did. So it's like, it's a different week. You
Right,
know what I
follow
mean?
that train of thought, you kind of go down.
And the
that
way
way.
how the college football has
They
been
didn't
this year.
play in Columbus.
Yeah. Who?
Penn State didn't play in Columbus.
Yeah, they played. Well, they played in Beaver Stadium, but
Oh, either way. Nebraska
your
scored more
team
points.
went into Columbus. You went into the Horseshoe and did some work. so.
Exactly.
You did well.
And they're still 5-6.
All you need is one more win.
Yeah, and they needed that last year, and what happened? Never
You're
did.
gonna be fine.
That's all right.
It's a process. It's
next
a
year.
process. It's a process.
The 2025 class is looking good for Nebraska.
Next year.
It's a process.
Next year.
Next
year. That's
I will-
that's my life.
I want to talk about the team that Ryan Horvat hosts on Tailgate Kickoff on the BetQL network called Fugazi.
I heard that. I saw the thing pop up on social media. Of him.
Which one did he call?
BYU.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is this just telling us that Colorado is headed to the college football playoff at this point?
Essentially. Essentially. I mean, they're unless BYU can hold its own going into the
how
Big 12
long is
title.
their starting quarterback out?
Redliff?
Yeah.
I didn't get an update on that.
That's the missing piece
Yeah,
right
see
now.
if you can find that, Tyler. Well, yeah, listen, you don't have your starting quarterback like him, and he's not the best thrower of the football, but he's just enough this year. They come after you. That's how they operate. So I don't know how important he I would say he is important, of course, but can you survive without him? I think they can.
They have, but
I just
not easily.
Not having him hurts you a lot more than if you did have him. That's the biggest thing. Like to win that game, you're going to need him because Shedeur will find a hole. Travis Hunter will make a play.
Or 3 or
9, 4, 9 or
12.
or 206.
He won the Heisman this last game.
He's got to be the top end's favorite right now because it's
Even
him.
money.
It's him and Genty. for
Even
the fight.
money.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this for you, but the internet's taking longer than Matt Eberflus took time off the game.
Bravo, sir.
The other thing that I wanted to put out there.
Yeah, please.
It looks like SMU and Miami are destined to meet.
I love that. I mean,
I'm just gonna, Andrew, and you can. I don't care if the total's 72. I'm taking it over.
I would too. Neither team's defense has been great. They've been okay at times. Both of them are just like, all right, Cam Ward's going to outthrow the world, and SMU's going to do every trick play in the book and then some.
By the way,
throw at the wall.
SMU's quarterback's got a little bit of a gun on him.
Yeah, Stone can throw it. Well, I mean, all of their quarterbacks always can throw it. That's always been their
SMU.
MO. Yeah, but this is a team that they've got the fight. They've got the grit. They could upset Miami and
very easily. Miami is
if you overlook them.
Miami's defense is stupidly bad.
Yeah, it's been awful, and they've been inconsistent as hell, even offensively ish a little bit too.
I mean, they haven't been able to get a decent pass rush, which is weird because they've got some top end edge rushers.
You can't let that kid from SMU sit back there.
No, yeah, yeah. Well, Jennings is the one now that's been playing quarterback for them, and keep this in mind. He is a Texan from Oak Cliff, where they basically breed these guys to be some of the best football players in the state. He's been incredible. And granted on this, like this team just seems to find the right guy for the right moment. And that's what the incredible thing about them is. It's like, okay, now it's going to be Smith, the running back. Now it's going to be this guy, a wide receiver. Now it's the defense's turn. Like there's a will there for those guys that just, they find a way.
We got a comment on our Twitch from Matthew_Mayfield. Goes, yo, boys, can I share my bowl projections and playoff picture doc? Yeah, absolutely. Send
100%.
By all means, man. Go for it.
Email it to us at our blowtwhistleradio@gmail.com. We'd love to kind of see what you got cooking up over there.
And we'll
compare
tear it
and
apart
contrast.
and tell you how wrong you are.
We will wreck it.
Don't listen to him.
I'm joking.
Honestly, guys, yes. If you have bowl predictions, if you have playoff predictions, let us know. At the email. Hit us up with that.
I'm very happy that I called SMU 4 weeks ago and Colorado 4 weeks ago.
Listen, man.
And was like, everybody better start paying attention.
Well, you know who everybody needs to start maybe paying attention to?
You're going to say who I think is?
South Carolina, ladies and gents.
Oh, my
God. The
God.
Gamecocks may be coming back and coming back with a vengeance.
We're allowed to say it.
That's true.
Well,
that's true.
Pat McAfee said they have the I can't even say it on here. They have the best ones in the best Cox in South Carolina.
It's true.
I
would say this. I think you're in our
ridiculously.
He's very fast, very agile, but his arm and accuracy.
My butthole.
Yeah, well, they really If you look at ESPN, they got listed at 242.
Do they have him listed at 2? They finally put a 240 on him?
I think they might be 250, but that's just
I was going. The last time I saw him listed, it was 235, and I went BS. That's 245 easy.
Lenore Sellers is his name. Keep that name in mind because he is a fresh. And that's the thing. Again, I said this before. They have the cornerstones to this team as freshmen, and that's incredible because you've got 6'3", 240 quarterbacks. Sellers here. I think is number 6. Yeah, Dylan Stewart.
Yeah.
Mr. I shouldn't do the AK celebration. I'm gonna do it anyways. Because
I'm the next Javon Clowney.
Oh, he's better than Jadeveon Clowney. He's faster. That guy from a 2-point stance. Maybe Micah is the only other scene where it's like, well, yeah, I've got him. And quarter is like,
doesn't count. So helmet flip
before, just a different. It's kind of hitting the bricks. Kind of called that a while back.
I said that they were my dark horse.
Yeah.
But Cook couldn't stay healthy.
Well, he can't stay consistent.
Although dropping that, Jesus, did you see that throw to tie it up or take the lead?
Yeah.
There we go. Okay.
That throw to take the lead and with a minute 51 left on the clock,
something like that. Yeah,
was ridiculous. What's
no, sorry, I was gonna
fiddle faddle.
I accidentally sent Matthew Mayfield the wrong email.
Oh, okay.
But I think there it is.
Blow T whistle radio.
I accidentally did blow the whistle.
Nice job.
All right, let's see. Oh,
amateurs.
He's got a whole thing. I'm gonna read them off.
Go for it.
Yeah, by all means.
So salute to Veterans Bowl: North Texas versus Coastal Carolina, Frisco, New Mexico versus South Alabama, Boca Raton, UConn versus Georgia Southern, LA, California versus Fresno State, New Orleans, Sam Houston State versus Arkansas State, Cure, East Carolina versus Western Kentucky, Gasparilla, Florida versus Georgia Tech.
That'd be a good game.
That'd be a great game.
That'd be a really good game.
Myrtle Beach, Liberty versus Texas Tech.
Liberty's had a pretty good season yet again.
That's an over.
Potato, Miami, Ohio versus Washington State.
Okay.
Hawaii Bowl, UTSA versus San Jose State. Sports, Minnesota versus Western Michigan. Rate, Arizona versus Boston College. 68 Ventures, NIU versus Louisiana.
Okay.
Birmingham, Vanderbilt versus James Madison. That'd be good. That would be good.
That'd be a very interesting fight.
Armed Forces.
That'd be a punch in the mouth game.
Yeah.
Armed Forces, Navy versus Oklahoma. Could be a good game.
That could be a good one too.
Liberty Bowl, Baylor versus Arkansas. Holiday, North Carolina versus USC. Las Vegas, Mizzou versus Washington. Fenway, Vatech, USF.
That'd be a good game.
It might be a good game. It all depends on what teams.
Both those teams hate the cold too. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, let's play it. Get out of here. Jeez, it's freezing.
Pinstripe, Michigan versus Pittsburgh.
That might actually be decent.
That could be decent.
That's also saying that Michigan actually makes bowl contention too. So.
Let's see. Oh, New Mexico, Colorado State versus Buffalo.
Might be good.
It's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Pop Tarts, Syracuse versus Kansas State.
By the way, the Pop Tart Bowl.
Yeah.
3 different kinds of Pop Tarts this year.
Oh, really?
2 are the staples, and then 1 they're bringing it back. And they haven't said what they're bringing back, but
like
they're bringing
an old school one.
Yeah, like an old school one that got discontinued. The MVP of the game gets to pick which Pop Tart gets eaten.
Okay,
I love that.
I like it. What would you say? Sorry, what was it again?
Syracuse versus Kansas State.
That actually might be a fun game.
McCord versus Avery.
I like that. Yeah, Avery Johnson, Kyle McCord.
Military, Memphis versus Marshall.
Okay.
Alamo, Louisville versus Arizona. Tulane versus Toledo.
That'll be fun.
Defense versus offense.
Yeah, that's all that is.
Music City, Wisconsin versus South Carolina.
That actually might be kind of fun.
I think that could be interesting.
South Carolina whoops that.
They might, but it could get interesting. It depends on what Wisconsin team again shows up.
ReliaQuest, Iowa versus Bama. Bama gonna
I was gonna say, be prepared for another 42-6.
I fade.
Ooh.
Yeah,
This one could be good. Sun Bowl, Clemson versus Colorado.
I disagree with them there. Right there's the first disagreement.
Yeah?
Yeah. Colorado's in.
Yeah.
Colorado's in the playoff.
Yeah.
They're looking this way.
And even if those two teams did match up, I would still say I think Colorado could still beat Clemson by a good 20-point margin, maybe. I don't trust that Clemson team at all.
No,
unfortunately.
they've been
inconsistent.
Yeah.
Citrus, Texas A&M versus Illinois.
Oh my God, I hope not.
Oh yeah. Gee, this. Well, you know what? Illinois does throw the ball a lot better, so.
Yeah, but that defense is ridiculous.
I trust me. Scorton's going to be a top edge rusher in the NFL. That's for sure.
He's got Colorado losing to Oklahoma State and he's said in the chat.
Okay.
And BYU in the championship.
Ooh.
Okay.
I don't see them losing to if it was any other year at OK State,
Yeah.
I would say maybe. But OK State is not that team this year.
Well, this would be the week, I feel like, because Kansas has been on after this loss.
Kansas
win against BYU. Kansas feels like they're on a roll where they could potentially.
Jalen Daniels finally decided to put ball again.
Well, and Devin Yo finally is like, I can run. So it could have. I don't trust Oklahoma State at this point because they're just too inconsistent.
Yeah.
Ollie Gordon's falling off the face of the map.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he's still playing for him.
How bad does he feel about staying?
Transferred to Texas, baby.
Man, sad to see not Nebraska in here.
Sorry, Tyler.
It's all good.
Oh, Ty, way to go, dude!
They still might go 6-6. They just may not make a bowl game.
Broke Tyler's heart.
Texas ball, Texas Tech versus LSU.
I like that game. I like it. You know what? Win or lose, it's a good matchup. I think. Yeah.
Gator Bowl,
Fun.
SMU versus Tennessee.
Once again, that's where we're going to disagree. I actually have SMU in my college football playoff.
I would right now.
I think they beat Miami in the ACC championship.
And you never know with Tennessee. I mean,
way to kick me while I'm down, Matthew. Nebraska loses to Wisconsin and Iowa.
Wow!
Jeez.
I mean,
both of them,
dude. They're on a 4-game losing streak right now, or is it 5? No, 4.
4.
That's hurtful.
And
ouch. That's rough.
A lot of those losses were. He laughed. At least he did. At least he's nice.
Good to have a sense of humor.
First responder, Army versus TCU.
TCU's been good this year.
That would be.
They may challenge Army.
That'd be a good game.
That could be Mayo Bowl, Duke and Rutgers.
Duke's going to play in the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
That is totally on purpose.
That's
right,
great.
yeah, dude.
It's fantastic.
I love it.
Go Duke.
You know what? Yeah, I'm
Go
all for
Duke
it.
for the Mayo.
Malik Murphy for MVP.
Bahamas, Bowling Green, and Jacksonville State.
Okay.
And then playoff game 1, Ohio State and Notre Dame.
Ooh.
Playoff game 2, Boise State, Indiana.
Ooh,
Playoff
fun.
game 3, BYU, Georgia. Playoff game 4, Texas and Penn State.
Please, God, let that happen. Because Jenks and I already said if we play each other, we're going to the game.
That's
as you should.
fantastic.
That would be amazing.
That might be the best game of the bunch.
So you're saying Texas isn't winning the SEC. So who does he have?
Must be.
Because if they're not listed, then it must be Georgia.
Correct us if we're wrong, Matthew. It sounds like it. Because
Oregon, Big Ten.
Because he didn't say them in a bowl game.
Georgia,
so Georgia's
right.
winning.
SEC.
Yeah.
Because let me see.
So Oregon, Georgia. Why am I blanking?
He's Miami.
Then for the ACC.
Mhm.
And then Big 12 would be BYU.
BYU.
Okay.
Go down to the
But if BYU wins the Big 12, they get the bye.
Right.
There is no second page. Oh wait, hold on.
Did you miss it, or is it all
So
condensed?
Fiesta, Boise State. Oh wait.
Did you mess up?
Oh, okay. Now I see. Wait.
It got all condensed into
Oh,
one
he's got
thing?
Ole Miss winning the SEC.
Oh.
okay. There we go.
Ooh.
Sorry, I missed that. So yeah.
I am intrigued.
So then the Fiesta Bowl.
Andrew and I are now
fascinated.
Andrew and I are now going.
Interesting.
They're a dark horse right now.
Because then he said
bad.
No.
He said Fiesta Bowl would be the winner of Boise State, Indiana versus Iowa State. The Peach Bowl would be winner of Texas,
Iowa
Penn
State.
State.
Got Iowa State winning the Big 12.
I mean, I will give credit. Rocco Beck
yeah.
does have maybe the best receiving core. Like Neal and Wiggins.
I don't like Iowa State.
I like their receiving core and their quarterback. I don't know if I like them as a team, though. I mean, they did drop the ball a couple of weeks, though. That's the only thing.
Who did they lose to again?
They lost to Colorado and they lost to. Well, I'm blanking now. Jeez.
I'm just saying.
So then, yeah, he's got Oregon
Like the
winning.
Ole Miss, though. That's
he's
an
got
interesting
Oregon
one.
winning the Big Ten.
Okay.
And then Miami winning the ACC.
Miami is a very easily could. I think that SMU Miami ACC title game goes down to who has the ball less.
Yeah, definitely. Well,
It really
also,
truly does.
Who least amount of turnover? I mean, no doubt, but least amount of turnover more. If he turns the ball over too many times, he's done the best. That's going to kill him.
Yeah.
So
I like those.
I liked it. I know. I like that list.
He
That's
said
a good
SMU
list.
and Miami will be fireworks.
Oh,
I 100%.
like I said,
100%.
I don't care what the total is. If it's 75, I'm hitting the over. I don't care.
ACC's got a good matchup looking right now. As long as it stays this way.
I think everybody's got great matchups.
Oh yeah.
I'd pay to watch Ole Miss Texas.
Matthew, give us
definitely would.
give us a little follow on our Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram because I'm liking this interaction that we have going on with you.
Yeah, man.
And then like, subscribe to our Spotify where you can find all our old stuff as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, this has been great. This is one of the most interactions we've
And
had.
hey, if you want to outfit yourself with something that looks like Ronald Whistle, make sure to go to the merch store.
Go get
Oh,
yourself
you get something like this.
Yeah,
get yourself a blow the whistle
I
hat.
don't have my sneaks
You
on.
don't have them on today? That's all right.
Crappy weather. I don't like to put the sneaks on.
Yeah, you can get yourself a hoodie, get yourself a pocket square, get yourself all kinds of stuff, even some undies if you want as well, some
Let's
socks.
say blow the whistle.
Exactly.
Your significant other will enjoy them.
So make sure to go check that out as well. But no, that was a great list, man. Thank you so much.
Send the NFL projection page over to our email too.
Oh, he's got one of those too?
Yeah, we'll probably bring that up. If you tune in on Wednesday, we can bring that up. And
If
go
you
from
don't
there.
have the Pittsburgh Steelers winning it all, we can't talk.
Oh my God.
Detroit Lions, baby.
Oh no! Don't get it twisted. I've got the Lions.
They're going off hard on that.
Lions win.
That does. I have nothing but respect on that one because
No, I like
it
that.
should be a no duh.
And then I'll go and pick some crazy dude to win the MVP.
It's gonna be Jake Bates.
God, I still have beef with OBJ.
You're still not over that? Cost us both money.
Screw you, dude. You're like, damn it.
Cost me
He's
my.
gonna do. I get a tweet as soon as he hits the first touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
Tyler's like, damn it.
Cost me my Super Bowl happiness.
Oh,
I was like, now do you
Actually, Eli Apple cost me my Super Bowl happiness.
do you guys want to go right into off the rails because we are running long?
We can do that.
You want to go right in?
Wanna
Just get a quick break.
You want to do a quick break?
Yeah, let's go a quick break, and then you know what, ladies and gents, we're gonna get on this train and we're gonna ride this one off the rails. That's coming up next here on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
From
Yes, we can.
celebrating those that continue to inspire this Black History Month.
Those who tell us that we can't, we will respond with yes, we can. SportsTownChicago.com.
Take that exit and get to the Southern Cafe, home of the Nasty Biscuit on Roselle Road in Roselle. Get over there and try the chicken fried chicken biscuit made with the Southern Cafe's house-made drop biscuit with buttermilk chicken fried chicken smothered in country gravy, topped with shredded cheddar and crumbled hickory smoked bacon. I always say that when you go to the Southern Cafe, you come out with 2 meals with the heaping amounts of food they serve you in every meal. I love to go to a place with outdoor seating. The Southern Cafe has a great outdoor seating area to help social distance, and I get to enjoy my breakfast outdoors. Open 6:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. to give you plenty of time to grab an amazing breakfast or lunch. Now get your butt over to the Southern Cafe on Roselle Road.
Hello?
It's speed walking day.
Dorothy? You're breaking up.
Did I mention we'd be slowing down when we pass the court where those fine brothers play ball?
I heard that.
Reduce your risk of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and stroke. Get active, eat right, and maybe even run into Mr. Right. Isn't sisterhood beautiful? For more information, go to everydaychoices.org. Brought to you by the American Cancer Society, the American Diabetes Association, the American Heart Association, the Ad Council, and this station.
Alert! Alert! Be gone, maxed out credit cards, overdue loans, suffocating interest rates, and relentless collection agencies. If your credit rating is making you and others around you cringe, there's only one thing to do, and that's to turn to the professionals at Creative Credit Solutions. Even if your credit is less than perfect, we'll help you get back on track. You can do it, and we can help. Call today or visit creativecreditsolutions.net for your free credit check report.
Blow the whistle on SportsTownChicago.com. Mondays and Fridays from 2 to 3 p.m. as we talk NFL.
The game plan was really sound.
It's a quarterback league. It has been. It still is.
Franchise-defining quarterbacks.
College football.
Will Jim Harbaugh make it through the season as Michigan's head coach?
Some more Big Ten talk.
And here's some things you wouldn't expect.
I would have never expected that.
Get all of that and more on Blow the Whistle on SportsTownChicago.com.
Blow the whistle.
Going off the rails.
The train!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to go off the rails, ladies and gents.
Ooh, that sounded a little gargly.
Yeah, there's something in my throat there.
There's only one thing that we really need to talk about, right?
I mean, it's probably the biggest controversial thing in sports right now, and that is the big boxing event that took place over the weekend.
For those of you that aren't watching us on Twitch or YouTube, Andrew just gave the
quotes.
By the way,
boxing match, elder abuse, whatever you want to call it.
By the way, if you want to hear a great rant about the so-called boxing match, go check out Bet for the Cycle anywhere you can find your podcast.
Yeah.
Hashtag shameless plug. Rob Brown basically called everybody marks. That wasn't even
wait, what are you doing? Get the music going.
That wasn't even my biggest issue.
Yeah.
With the whole thing. Like, my biggest issue is Netflix.
Yeah, what the hell, man?
That they really got exposed on that one.
That was awful.
Not good.
No,
like
not good.
Was that their first time aside from the Brady roast? That was their first sporting
live thing. Yep.
Yeah, and you guys fumbled the hell out of that. That was awful.
That was if buffering time, I think they said per minute, it was like 3 times or something like that.
God.
Like it was bad.
And you have 2 primetime NFL games coming up, as well as WWE. You're screwed.
You paid $5 billion for the rights for,
and your servers just got tested to their absolute limit for a boxing, quote unquote, boxing event.
Yeah.
That was a terrible look.
No, don't quote unquote it. Just the main event.
Right. The main event in itself was quote unquote a boxing
Those
event.
ladies went at it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the best fight.
If you did watch the fight, I would say the second and third fight were easily the best.
Barrios and Ramos was
that's
intriguing as all get out.
That's for those that don't know, that was a Rocky fight. Because Ramos is not the contender for Barrios.
No.
He just got his shot.
Yeah.
That's all that was. And all of a sudden Barrios was like, oh, this guy's touching me. Oh, this guy's making me bleed. Uh-oh. And that was
got caught with a beautiful.
Oh, that was a. I said on Twitter, I'm like, that's a Warriors fight. These two dudes were legit going tooth and nail.
Two Mexican Warriors.
Yes,
I wasn't able to catch that fight, but I did catch the women's fight.
Oh yeah,
that one was good.
Taylor and Serrano do not like each other. I don't care how much you hug each other; they do not like each other.
And all that matters, the Irish girl came out on top again.
Well, should she have?
Doesn't matter.
She wins at the end. Listen.
Judge's decision is final.
All the love to Katie Taylor because she did a great job putting the combinations together. She landed her punches where it was. I personally thought Serrano won it. I thought she connected better on power punches. She had overall better connection. I thought she did a great job kind of owning the rounds.
It's too bad you're not a judge.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, it's true. I don't like, but that's the thing is like the first fight, Barrios and Ramos. I didn't like the fact that it went to a split. I hate that. That's just pet peeve for me. I like, give me a definitive decision.
Well, I mean, they were just kind of after both of them got their knockdowns.
Right.
They were both tippy tapping the rest of the way. So.
But they were still going at it. Like they were still trying to fight. They just weren't maybe as hard.
Did you guys like the rule? Only 2-minute rounds, 8 rounds for that fight.
I was okay with it because there's more room for action there.
Yeah,
that makes them hurry.
Yeah,
it does. But then it's like, let's say you don't get start going, like getting momentum until like 20 seconds, and then it's like it kind of kills the whole thing.
When you only have the 10. Excuse me, sorry. Talking about this sometimes brings up something to me. When you're only going 10 rounds, other than like the main event was obviously 8 rounds, but the other two, the first fights and everything, when you're only going 10 rounds, like it may take a while to build momentum. By the 10th round, though, like you could see, like everybody kind of was juiced, or at least on the women's side, they were juiced. By the end of I think Barrios and Ramos, they're like, we've given everything. We've given everything we can.
I think that was the only 10-round fight. The ladies only went 8.
No, the ladies went 10.
The ladies went 10.
Yeah,
as
they
well?
went the full 10.
But Paul and
they were 8.
Tyson,
they were 8. They had already agreed to 8.
No, that's what I was talking about. Like,
and
just
pillows for gloves. And
what do you guys think about like them being only 8?
That I understood why they did it because
Paul didn't want to give Tyson an aneurysm.
Yeah. And I don't know if Tyson could have gone 10 rounds.
Let's be very real. Like the memes that are going out after that first punch that Tyson lands going, oh, my money.
I just look, he's 58. His age really showed because by the end of the second round, he was huffing.
He was winded.
He was huffing and puffing. He wasn't moving the same. Like I was hearing what Roy Jones was saying, and like Mike's footwork was off. Like he did not. The biting of the glove thing is something he's done for a long time. I know he was saying it's like something's wrong with that mouthpiece. Nothing's wrong with his mouthpiece, Roy. It's what he's done. But he didn't look like he was anywhere near ready for something like that. Like he just looked off.
I saw Twitter was like Tyson had the chance to do the funniest thing ever, and it was like the final few seconds, and Paul was bowing down, just
uppercut.
Tyson just came with an uppercut.
Who was that? Was that Mayweather that did that?
Did the bow?
No, somebody
or not the bow.
Somebody was like arguing, and the fight was still going on, and I think it was Mayweather, and just went boink, and the dude went
yeah, something like that. I don't like,
and everybody's like, "How could you?" Blah, 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 blah. And he's like, "The ref hadn't stopped the fight, man.
Yeah, the fight was still going
until you see the ref wave his hands or you hear the bell. You go.
Is it bad that I would kind of like to see? But now, granted, older fighter.
Yeah,
Pacquiao.
Listen, Jake would have to drop a lot of weight or Pacquiao would have to gain a lot because I don't know if Jake would lose all that weight to go fight Pacquiao.
They're catch fights anyway, aren't they?
They are, but I don't know if they would do that. I mean, what is
how old's Pacquiao?
Pacquiao's going to be in his 50s, I think, soon.
Okay, I thought so.
He's approaching that.
There, yeah.
But here's the thing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much he really wants to keep boxing. The dude's got a lot of things going on.
No, if he doesn't want to be
the king of Philip,
if he doesn't want to be a coward, go up against Canelo. Okay.
He's never going to do that.
I know.
He's never going to fight Canelo or any of the real boxers because he knows what's going to happen.
Here's the problem.
He's a weenie.
No. Canelo will never take that fight.
No.
Well, yeah, because he knows it's a joke.
He can make $100 million easily at the snap and the drop of a dime because he knows he's worth that.
So real quick, I had to. In my first update on my sports updates shift on Saturday, I threw in the fight, like just result later, and I quoted of what Paul said about getting Canelo.
Yeah,
and like because we were like, oh, it's Canelo next, and I'm like, I quoted what he said, and I was trying so hard not to laugh. He's like, where he goes like, he knows where the money man is at. I'm like saying this on a news radio station.
That fight would last 2 rounds, maybe.
The money fight is called Canelo Alvarez because he works your midsection and then he comes with a right and an uppercut and adios, see you later, good night.
Once again, Jake Paul has fought one legitimate boxer
and
he lost.
Oh yeah, and not even a good boxer.
No,
he wasn't.
It's Fury's half brother who was just throwing haymakers.
There's nothing to brag about beating up Nate Robinson.
Then there's legitimate boxers who are like, I will pay to come fight you. He
wants nothing to do
with
it.
And that's why I've said this, and boxing aficionados might differ on me on this. I don't know how our boys Tilo and Kendall Gill would be. I've always said I think there should be a difference in definition between boxer and prize fighter. Because I think what Jake Paul does is prize fighting.
Yeah.
Where you're really fighting for the money. Boxing is you're winning, you're fighting for a belt.
Yeah.
And Jake's not doing that.
Do you want the best definition of what we're watching right now? We are now at the intersection of WWE meets boxing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Where the main event, whoever it involves, is already scripted out. That's why Tyson's butt cheeks clenched. Thank God we didn't get to see that when he hit that first jab and went, "Oh God, I got to dial back a little bit."
That's my beef also too with this, the production.
Oh,
not the camera shot of Mike Tyson's behind.
You mean his whole ass?
His whole ass.
Has Rob Brown?
That's not
the
even
great Rob Brown once said, or Cody Decker once said, his whole ass was out there.
That's not even my biggest problem. That commentary crew drove me nuts.
Which ones?
The ones calling the fight. Rosie Perez, Roy Jones Jr., and Witchek.
You don't like Mario?
Listen, I had no problem with the main. With
you don't
the main
like Mauro?
Man. No, it's not that. I don't mind him.
Mauro's amazing.
I didn't mind him.
You just mean the overall commentating in general?
The color guys.
Yes, the color guys, I should say. Not
and
Mauro.
every time Rosie Perez opened up her mouth, all I could think of was "White Men Can't Jump."
Or do the right thing. Look, I get it. She's the first lady of boxing, and I get Roy Jones Jr. He's a former
Explain
heavyweight
that
champion.
to me. Why is she the first lady of boxing?
Because she's been a boxing aficionado since she's been like a teenager.
Okay.
She's trained at some of the best gyms in like the country and the world and all that stuff. Like she's been to like Puerto Rico and she's been to Big Bear and all that stuff and like trained with some real trainers and like had a chance to train with real boxers like she's trained, I think, with like Muhammad Ali and stuff towards the end there. So she knows the sport.
Okay.
Like she's not dumb on boxing. She knows boxing.
It was the voice.
It's that, and you're putting her with two other one's a former announcer who's done color commentary for what is he? He's done WWE, boxing, MMA. He's done it all.
Yeah.
Actual combat sports. Then you've got a heavyweight champion in Roy Jones Jr.
Was he a heavyweight? I thought he only ever got
or light heavyweight.
Light
I think he was heavyweight champion of the world.
Was he?
Yeah. That was before he came out with the #1 hits in hip hop. You're something when you can make your own theme song and everyone goes, "Oh, I gotta get that." And then you add her to the mix. It was such a fumbled mess because everybody's and look, we've talked over each other before, but this was not okay.
I think it was
bad.
It was just
really
overall
bad.
distracting because I couldn't keep up the pace with what the hell they were talking about
takes
because
you out of it.
Roy Jones Jr. was a little punchy as well. So
I don't know if he wanted to be there. I'm gonna be honest.
I was just sitting
the
there.
only people that wanted to be there were the celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and even they were not.
What was with Cedric the Entertainer looking like Eddie Murphy from Coming to America.
Wait, did I miss this?
You didn't see it?
I don't think so.
The thing is, I saw a bunch of people talking about that.
Cedric Tillman, you said?
Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh. Cedric.
Because he's a flashy. He's a stabby dude.
I don't mind.
He's a stabby dude.
The only
man.
problem I have,
I don't. He's his own man. He goes to his own beat.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna argue. See what I mean?
The moment Tyler figures it out.
I finally saw the picture. I'm like, I must have missed it.
Listen, man.
Because, the stupid thing was buffering. But
microphone's not working. Earpiece is not working. It was bad. It was a bad look for Netflix.
As someone in media,
yes,
I was twitching the entire time. Just oh my God, fix it, damn it.
I was so just I almost wanted to call you guys and be like, should we help them?
Oh, you mean when all the commentators' mics went out?
Yes. Oh
yeah.
My God, yes. When I heard that happen, I was like, oh no.
I was like,
I was about to.
There that goes.
Somewhere an engineer was going, fix it.
Every time I watch AEW, every single time.
I was about to ask Ruth if she could email PatchNet to be like, hey, what the hell's going on over here?
Oh my God! Yeah. Between the servers and the commentators and the overall production,
the fight
of this
was
thing,
I mean, granted that we should have known what this fight was going to turn into, but
I had
just the hype around it.
Marks.
Yes,
we're all marks.
But Netflix.
I lost $2 damn on that fight.
I mean,
me too.
I will say, anybody who watched this fight, I don't think that they were the loser. Netflix is the real loser on this because at the end of the day, this was your moment to prove we can do this live sports thing, and you fumbled it.
And you know what Mike said? I'm just gonna go back to my plants and make a new strain.
No, he said,
I don't.
Really screwed this up, Netflix.
I love the fact that he didn't even need the 20 mil. He's like, but I'll take it.
Yeah, he knew.
That man has a weed empire that is almost bigger than Cheech and Chong's.
That's true. That's very true.
I forget about that a lot.
Yeah. He has a resort, a 5-star resort for celebrities to come to and do nothing but smoke weed.
That's fantastic.
He's an entrepreneur to the highest level.
I cannot wait until we get that rich.
I would
boys.
say we need to get that famous and rich. I want to go to that hotel.
Boys, welcome. Come on in.
Would you like some woo weed?
I have this strain. I have this strain. I have
Where's
all these
Rick at?
strains.
Rick, woo!
I have so many strains.
This one's called Holyfield here. Take a bite.
Oh, Sylvester Stallone, how are you?
I will say, if
I wonder if he gets high that the lisp goes away.
You mean like how in the King's speech when he puts the headphones on, he's talking normal?
He smoked himself lisp away.
I'm just saying.
You got all of them today, don't you? Jeez. That's funny.
I'm feeling enlightened today, and these are the questions.
I'm just picturing Mike Tyson just, hey, everybody, how's it going?
Oh, did you know the triangle of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of the...
Hold on, everybody. The hat's going away.
Did you guys see? You guys know Hezbollah, right?
Yeah.
Did you see he was on an interview or podcast, and Hezbollah was there, and Mike Tyson grabbed him.
Oh yeah,
held him up and picked him up and was biting it, nibbling his ear. He was in a podcast later. He 100% thought Hezbollah was a child. They were like, "Were you aware that he was a 24-year-old man?"
Doesn't matter to Mike. You saw what he did to that poor 11-year-old girl that asked the question, "What's your legacy?"
Nothing. There is no legacy. We're all
legacy.
dust.
We're all dust.
We're all dust.
What?
She asked the question to Mike Tyson. You gotta know what's coming.
Credit to her when she was like, "Great, good response. I like that." Just kind of went along with it.
I will say she did a better job than his own son did interviewing him. Jeez.
Well, I'd be a little weirded out too if my dad was standing there half naked.
Dad, you want to put some pants on?
It's like your friends came over to hang out, and your dad walks out in just his boxers.
What's up, guys?
What's going on? Dad, your penis is out.
All right, guys. I'll see you later. Just turn around. Oh, God.
All right, you kids have fun now. Okay.
And
Don't
then
bother me. I mean, you're
The whole ass.
It's a whole lot of ham back there, folks. All right.
Although for a 58-year-old man, that was a pretty tight booty. Not gonna lie.
You were able to count the wrinkles in that thing. The dimples.
And you can see the age. It's like a tree.
The bimples.
You can see the rings?
Yeah, it's
The
like
rings?
a tree. Yeah. Count the dimples. It's like a ring. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here at Blow the Whistle.
The whole ass.
The whole
ass show.
Whole ass show, folks. That's it for us here today. Thank you all so much for joining us, listening, watching, all that great stuff. Thank you to everybody who chimed in. We
Yes.
love you guys and appreciate you guys as always. If you want to check us out anymore, of course, you can always go to the wonderful podcasting platforms that we are all on, from Spotify, iHeart, Google, you name it, Apple, we got it. You guys want to listen, see us anymore, of course, every Monday and Wednesday, around 2 o'clock. We are shooting for it. That's right here on sportsdownchicago.com, on the YouTube and the Twitch side, of course. If you want to follow us anymore, Blow T Whistle 1 at, nope, that's not it. Blow T Whistle. I'm Blow T Whistle 1 on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. My brain is everywhere right now. 'cause I haven't slept yet.
BLOWTWHISTLE1.
Thank you. Follow us there. And of course, any questions, Blow T Whistle radio at gmail.com. Any more questions and comments, guys? We always again appreciate it.
Andrew's hit the wall.
Yeah, I haven't.
You need to go sleep.
I haven't slept yet. Oh, I still have to do a radio show / TV show. So
Tell him to kick it. I'm just kidding.
I need an email to know what's up. All right.
That's what you get for going to watch the Toronto Argonauts over the weekend.
I had a wedding, so I was busy. So, with that, then, ladies and gentlemen, anything else we got to add?
The microphone?
No. I went to stick my tongue at you, but it looked like I licked you.
Weird, man.
I was going like, yeah.
On that note, stay positive, be positive, and positive things will happen to you. We will see you guys on Wednesday with another fantastic show as we got more NFL and college football to talk, and maybe even more than some. Maybe we'll finally get back to the "You're Killing Me" Smalls. I know I've got a few stacking up here in the books for sure. So, with that, ladies and everybody, thank you all so much for listening and watching. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
This is your home for sports.
This is the best fans in the world.